All right, and we are live. Thank y'all for joining me. Tonight, you're watching ABL Live. My name is Anthony Brian Logan. You could be anywhere in the whole wide world, but you're right here with me, and I really appreciate you for that. If you're just now coming into the stream, you're watching it on the restream, please hit the thumbs up button, like the video, share the video, and if you're not subscribed already, please do so. We got quite a good bit of topics for you today. It's a whole lot going on. Jeffrey Epstein, the world-renowned sexual predator, has been arrested by the FBI. Will he go to the penitentiary this time? Well, technically he went before, but that was kind of a slap on the wrist. The attorney or whoever that was that arranged that sweetheart deal, who is currently in Trump's cabinet, is he going to be kicked out of the cabinet? Only time will tell. We'll see what's going on with that. Also, we have this whole issue of the U.S. women's soccer team. What's going on with them? Dragging a flag on the ground, all kind of crazy things. I mean, what's really going on with that? I can't even really tell at this particular point in time. You know, it was a time where people had a little bit more respect for the country than they do right now. I guess they think that dragging the flag on the floor is in vogue and it's hot, but I can't tell. White people being charged more to go to a small event in Detroit. Is it a sign of things to come? Is it a sign of what this nation has become? We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And that's my cue to go ahead and get on camera. Thank y'all for joining. I most certainly appreciate you. Like I said from the jump, you could be anywhere in the whole wide world, but you're right here with me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Again, give me a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out tremendously. Now, it's a whole lot happening here. This whole issue with U.S. women's soccer team. I think I'll start there. Now, I really don't get it. They're kind of all over the place. I think, well, you know what? I take that back. I think I do get it. I think it's just about getting attention, trying to get a little bit of notoriety, a few minutes of fame, because let's be clear, nobody's really watching that anyway. You know, do you watch women's soccer? Really? Let's be honest. Who's really watching women's soccer? Nothing against them, no disrespect, but who's really watching that? I know I'm not watching that. For what? Why? You know? And it was hilarious to see Megan Rapinoe going Rachel Maddow when Rachel Maddow asked her, well, what can fans do if they want to support you in your fight to get paid the same as men? She's talking about, oh, well, you know, support the team, watch the games. Like, she's promoting soccer, talking about, oh, we got 9 teams, watch the games, buy season tickets. Obviously, she wants more fan attendance, more revenue to be brought in. That way, that'll help them to be able to make more money. So I don't even understand the push for more money. You know, you're not making the amount of money that the men make. Talking about, oh, well, the Women's World Cup had 1 billion viewers worldwide. Okay, well, the Men's World Cup had 3.5 billion viewers worldwide. So what makes you think that that's somehow equal? The numbers just don't add up. And I'm not Albert Einstein. I'm not a mathematician or anything like that. Nothing of the sort. But I understand that 1 billion is much less than 3.5 billion. That's billion would it be? You know, do you know how much like of the world that is? You're talking about half of humanity watched the Men's World Cup. If you are at 1/3 of that, actually less than that, probably like 20-25% of that, how are you going to make the equivalent amount of money? It doesn't make any sense. So I think all this grandstanding and showboating is a way for them to try and get some more revenue coming in, because right now they're not making too much money. It's the same thing with the WNBA. They're trying to say, oh, well, the WNBA players should get it paid much as the men. I mean, let's be for real. The New York Liberty are not being watched by pretty much anybody. And also their season is shorter. I think the WNBA only plays like 30 games in the season, 30 games versus 82 for the men, plus playoffs. I don't think they have full playoffs the way that the men have it. 7-game series each round. I mean, come on, let's be for real. There's so much money generated. Ain't nobody watching no female player played like LeBron James. LeBron James changed the entire economy of an entire city, maybe even the entire state, maybe even the entire region in the Midwest, the whole economy. There's not one player in the entirety of the WNBA that has ever or will ever do such a thing. Michael Jordan did that. Kobe and Shaq did that. LeBron is doing that. What about anybody from the WNBA? That is the reason why the WNBA players get paid less than the men. Same thing with the women's soccer team players, why they get paid less than the men as well. And then on top of that, you got nerve to be anti-America, unpatriotic. The whole thing about the flag on the ground, people try to defend them, talking about, oh, well, it was an accident. The flag just fell on the ground by itself, I suppose, because they were trying to get into the picture, this, that, and the third. I mean, come on, let's be for real. They tossed the flag on the ground like it was a sheet of paper, like it was a bed sheet, like it was a dirty shirt, a piece of laundry or something like that. Thankfully, Kelly O'Hara, one of their teammates in the women's soccer team, picked it up off the ground and took a picture with it. Luckily, she did that, because if it wasn't for her, you would have had mud and everything else on that flag. It was crazy. But I'm not surprised at all. That's right, Maria Leon. She says men get paid 9% of revenue generated by the men's team. Women get paid 13% of the revenue the women generate. So if she wants equal pay, then her percentage needs to drop to 9%. There you go. Exactly. How about that? Let's make it fair. Yeah, that's what it is. Right. That's a good point, Representative 10,000. If it were not for the NBA, there would be no WNBA, because the NBA subsidizes it. The WNBA is a pet project of the NBA. Did I say that correctly? The WNBA is a pet project of the NBA. The NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, who is really kind of progressive, came out and said it. He was like, look, these teams don't make any money. We are bankrolling it. They have not made money ever really since they've been in existence, which has been like 20 years. The WNBA is the equivalent to a team like to a league like a USFL, or the one that just came out last year. I forget the name of it. The football team, the football league. You know, they came out after the NFL. It was the same thing as that. You got these lofty expectations and goals, but the money, you underestimate how much cash it takes to be able to make that whole thing run. In 1 year, they were gone. If it were not for the NBA, the WNBA would have been gone from the very beginning. Marketing and stuff like that ain't gonna help it at all. It's just not. It's just not gonna really work. But thank y'all for being here yet again. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna talk for a little bit, and then we get to the calls, probably in about 20 minutes. So y'all just hang tight. And if you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat through Super Chat or regular means. Hopefully I'll be able to see you. Yeah, the XFL, that was before this most recent league. There was another league that came out like this past year. The XFL did okay, actually, and they're going to bring them back, I think, next year. And I think they'll be able to succeed because they have they have the experience. Number one, they've already been out before. And number two, you got a lot of money behind it. Vince McMahon, a lot of wealthy investors. So I think they'll be able to understand what it takes to make the whole thing operate correctly. Unlike the WNBA, the XFL will have, excitement. They'll be able to do kind of crossover stuff with some of their other properties. If they're able to have some of the WWE people in there, that'll be a big help for them. And I think they'll be just fine. But the WNBA, ain't nobody watching that. Yeah, hey, women's sports are only good sometimes. And sometimes I don't want to see men do those sports. Just like what Michael says. Ice skating, gymnastics, yeah, all day long. Tennis even as well. The men are better at tennis, obviously. Even Serena Williams said the men are better at tennis. Like, that's clear. But I prefer to see women play tennis. And definitely ice skating, figure hockey. Figure skating, gymnastics, that kind of thing. I'm not trying to see a bunch of dudes prancing around trying to, get perfect landings on on the balance beam. I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to see men as ballerinas, but women, they can look feminine, they can look graceful, they can look good. That's just, kind of a natural thing, but it is what it is. Oh, the Toontown. Yeah, I saw that Toontown thing. And you know what? I figured I'd talk about it right here. I think this would probably be the best place to do it. I didn't want to do a video on it, really. I didn't want to have a fight on my channel. I don't really do the fight videos on my channel at all. But I saw that. The whole thing was crazy. The main thing about that particular video that I want to talk about right quick is the fact that the men that were fighting were not trying to fight each other. They were trying to fight the women. They couldn't fight, number one. If you're doing all this, like if you're doing all that, when it's fight time, you don't want to fight. If you really want to fight, you would get into that person's personal space instantly, right away. Doing all this and y'all just dancing, you ain't trying to fight. And you notice when the girl was right there, he had no issue going from right here to right here instantly. But with the dude, he's like this for like an hour. This right here, just, you're not trying to fight and you can't fight. You a coward. You saw the dude in the red or the pink shirt. He had his hair up like in some kind of bun, a man bun with dreads in it or something. I think it was colored with some blonde tips. He was a girl, and people like that are cowards. I'm glad that they got taken down. He should have got beat up for doing what he did. But you know what I heard is that family, like everybody there that was fighting was in one family. I'm hearing about boyfriend, girlfriend. I heard it was all one family. Or if they weren't all related, they were all there together. And I guess the fight broke out about something. I don't know what it was, but that was crazy. And then I heard the guy talking about neighborhood crip. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. They were in California. They come right there from the hood in LA to Disneyland. I mean, that kind of stuff right there is just really embarrassing for them. I don't claim anybody like that. People fighting in Toontown. It was ridiculous. But shout out to the guy in the backpack. I think it was a red backpack who subdued the dude in the red shirt. Shout out to him. How you gonna be neighborhood crip with red on? But that's a different story, so I digress. My point is that the whole situation was crazy. And probably one of the craziest parts was when Big Mama fell on the ground. They had the grandma in the little scooter. I don't know why she got up out the scooter, because obviously she was having mobility issues. If you are in a scooter in a park like that, you're not really able to move around. So they're fighting and tussling. She's out of the scooter, and then at a certain point, she gets knocked down. And then it's like her head hit the ground and her arm hit the ground really violently. It's like, man, come on. What are we doing here? That whole situation was absolutely ridiculous. 1,000%. So, I mean, yeah, and the babies, yeah. Shout out to whoever that was that got the little girl or the little boy, whoever that was, out of the way. I didn't even see the kids at first. It was really hard for me to watch. I was focusing on the guy hitting the woman. She spit on him. I don't know what that whole thing was just toxic. Everybody in the whole situation, all the adults were just totally doing the wrong thing. I think everybody need to get arrested, especially the men hitting the women. But my biggest complaint is how cowardly these men were. Okay, you want to hit the women like it ain't nothing, but then when it comes to each other, you doing all this, you can't fight. It's simple things. Like I said, if you know how to fight, you get right into the person's personal space. You close the space right away. You make that just be, and whatever I got in my pocket, whatever I got on my foot, whatever I got on my hands, I'm using as a weapon. Because I'm all about peace, right? I'm all about peace. I'm not trying to fight nobody, but if I have to do that, now all bets are off. That's how I feel about the situation. And I'm not going to be dancing around, doing a tango. I'm going to get into your personal space. That's kind of how it is, but I digress. And since she was riding the Jazzy, that's hilarious. Y'all are crazy. Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it, Michelle A, is that they probably were living in LA already or in California. So if the guy came from LA, I'm not sure what it is. Probably like Anaheim. They could. It's easy. It's easier for them to get there rather than coming from a different state. It's probably expensive when it comes to the tickets as well, but the travel and stuff like that, it wouldn't really be a big deal. Either way it goes, I mean, the whole situation was crazy. I don't know where they got the money to get into the place. I don't know how they got into the. I don't know. I'm just getting tired of seeing stuff like that, and I don't even know what else to say. But it's crazy. Doomslayer asked me, "What do I think about entertainment being over politicized?" Yeah, I think that's just a new wave right now. Everybody's trying to cash out on this whole culture of being woke. That's a new wave. People think, okay, since I'm woke, I can get people to listen to my podcast, to listen to my album, to watch my my movies, my TV show, or whatever, to watch me play soccer, even though my team is garbage. Well, they're not. Well, the women's team is not garbage when it comes to the women. They're the best of the women, but people don't normally watch that because they're not really enjoying watching women's soccer. They rather watch the men. It is what it is. The same way people rather watch women's volleyball than men's volleyball. Okay? I'm a heterosexual male. I'm confident in my sexuality, but you would not catch me on a cold day in hell watching men's volleyball. I'm just not going to be doing it. Women's volleyball, okay, that's fine. That's good. Men's volleyball, no. Okay, so there's certain sports people want to watch from certain people, and there's some they don't want to watch for certain people, for certain genders. But the left right now, they're trying to have this whole thing blurred. Like, gender's not even really a real thing. And that's something else. If gender is not real, then there shouldn't, like, how if there's no gender, how is there a gender pay gap? What do you mean gender pay gap? And no gender, right? Ain't no such thing as gender. And if there's infinite genders, then what are we talking about? These people are just so weird. That's why what Bob Johnson said about the parties moving and kind of shifting is correct. They're moving all the way to the left, and people that were kind of centrist, that were left-leaning, are just left without a party at all. So by default, they come over to the right. If you are right here, right dead center, and you're getting moved to the left, or your party's moving to the left, but you don't want to, you right here, you're not trying to move. So they go from right here to over there. They're off of the entire thing, right? You still right here. So all of this is now dominated by the right. So the right has gained ground. They've gained more of the political spectrum, and the left has pretty much cornered themselves into this one little pocket over yonder. You see what I'm saying? It's just kind of a weird situation to really be in, but it is what it is. And shout out to the super chatters right quick before I get to some more stuff. Thank you to Bukaki. Thank you to Tsunami, who says, equal pay. You ain't putting cheek in the seats. No pay for your feet. There you go, man. Thank you for the donation. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to PJ Campbell, who says, absolutely love your show, but I hate watching the WNBA. Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I'd rather watch paint dry than watching the WNBA. I'm just not going to be able to do it. Shout out to Mark Service, who says, what Epstein has been doing to these girls is the same thing Leo Frank did in Atlanta, Georgia at a sweatshop between 1908 and 1913. I've not even heard about that, but I'm looking to it. But thank you for your donation. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you to Jojo Rocker, who says, ABL Rising. Thank you for that. Thank you to Tsunami, who says, as a metalhead, I need to promote Thy Art is Murder. They posted a new song, Make America Hate Again. I suggest listening to it. They are a centrist left band, but it comes off contradictory. I think I saw some of that video, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't really remember too much. I'm gonna see it again and see what was going on. But thank you for the donation. Definitely appreciate you. Oh yeah, and I said that that's that person's username. And what I normally do, I just say Tsunami. You see them right there. Shout out to my man Tsunami. Come on. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody right there. Yeah. But yeah, anybody trying to see the WNBA, it is what it is. Shout out to Portland, Oregon. Alrighty. Now, Tommy Robinson, what's going on with that particular case? I'm hearing little things here and there, but I'm not quite sure what's happening. Last I heard, he was locked up, but then he got out. Is he back in jail? What's going on with Tommy Robinson? Is he trying to claim asylum here in the States? You know, he should be able to claim asylum here in the States. If you got those coming from Africa claiming asylum here in the States by coming through illegally, then why shouldn't he? Matter of fact, how about this? How about he go to the southern border illegally and cross over and then try to claim asylum and then watch the Democrats say, no, we don't want him. Or you don't want Tommy Robinson. Why? Why you don't want him? Because he's going to be conservative and vote for us and not for you because he could speak English and you can take advantage of him. Is that what's going on? Okay. But you want the poor brown people to come over that don't speak no English that you can take advantage of and do whatever you want to, right? Okay, I see what's going on here. So, yeah, if I was him, I'd do that. I'd come through the southern border illegally and be like, yo, what's up? Let's get some asylum happening here. That might not be a good idea because he might want to do the legitimate thing. But I think if he were to do that, it would cause a serious issue. And the left would be kind of conflicted, you know. Shout out to Brian Baker who says, ABL, my wife and I found you on YouTube about 6 months ago, and I've really enjoyed your content. Keep up the great work, and let's keep America great. Hey, I really appreciate you for that. Shout out to you and your wife. I really appreciate you for watching the content. Hopefully you enjoy it 1,000%. And shout out to G. Carjala who says, duckets for the bucket. Hey, I appreciate that 1,000%. Anybody out there want to put some duckets in the bucket, some coins in the pot? When I'm outside doing my thing, there's a super chat button right next to your name in the chat box. Right over here in this box, I guess it's underneath you guys if you're watching it on the phone, or next if you're watching it on a computer. You can click right there. You can send me any dollar amount and any question or comment that you want, as long as it's not X-rated or nothing crazy like that. You can donate whatever you want, $1, $1 million, let in your pocket, I'll take it all. And that's all I got to say for that. Okay, so Tommy Robinson, let's get back to him. Yeah, I mean, so is Tommy in jail or what? Or is he going to prison tomorrow? Okay. Now, how long is he going to be in prison? Is there a sentence that's been available publicly that says, okay, he's going to be doing X amount of time? 2-year sentence, asking Trump for asylum. Okay. Now, if he's going to jail, how can he actually, how can he claim asylum if he's going to jail? I'm not really sure what's happening. Like, that's going to be kind of complicated. Like, if he's going to jail, what you going to do, break him out? Or is it a thing of, before he goes to jail, claim asylum by leaving? I don't know how that's really going to work. But if he's able to get out of that situation, I'd be hoping for him and praying for him for sure. Yeah, big up to Tommy. Thank you to Super Carabras who says, just place a lot of landmines along the border wall. Hey, get a moat. Before the election happened, I was like, hey, man, get the wall built with a moat. Get some sharks, some crocs, all that good stuff in the moat to make sure can't nobody cross or dig up under it. You know, if you dig up under it, it should be a subterranean cave with all kind of aquatic life in it. If you try to dig up under it, you know, that's pretty much how I think it should be. Or some crazy hard rock. I think just having the wall in general without all the extra stuff should be enough to deter traffic. Some are going to try to do, tunnels, all kind of other stuff. But the average everyday person trying to come across illegally, that'll slow that down to a snail's pace, 1,000% sure. Okay, I see Fury saying, pardon me, he needs to go to U.S. Embassy. Okay, I see. So if he goes to the U.S. Embassy, he can claim asylum there in the embassy. Now, once he's in the embassy, how does he leave the embassy? Because remember, Julian Assange was in the embassy over there, but he couldn't really leave. He was stuck in there, and then they had to extract him and then lock him up. So if he goes to the embassy, will he just be there for a short period of time before he's brought out, or he just lived there forever? How does it really work? I want to see more information about the situation before I can really, comment on it. Quicksand, poisonous snakes. Fill the moat with nuclear waste. That is hilarious, Cigar Box. But you know what? That'd be a good place to put it we trying to go to Yucca Mountain and stuff like that. Nah, put it right there on the border wall in the moat. How about that? That'd be a good place to store that for sure. Yeah, no, the wall by itself ain't gonna be enough. You're right about that. Zombies are coming, but the thing is, that's just one or two. Have the wall also crack down on them visas. That's a big part of the reason why we're inundated with illegals. People overstaying their visas. Too many visas being given out. Work visas and travel visas, student visas, all this, that, and the third. How about we just crack down on that? I saw Trump when he first got into office. He said that he wants to reduce legal immigration from about 1 million per year to about 500,000. And that should also apply to the visa system. Okay. Reduce that. Reduce all people coming in through these legitimate means. But you're talking about travelers and stuff like that. I don't know how that really works. I think it should be kind of a tracking process. Yeah. Or if, like, let's say if you overstay your visa, it should be a fine to your host country, or it should be kind of a tally. So let's say China has a bunch of people that have overstayed their visa, and we're able to track that through a system. There should be a penalty against China for that. And when I mean penalty against China, I'm talking about like you're not going to have that many people able to come over here anymore because you violated too many visa opportunities. You're abusing the visa system. Same thing with anchor babies. If you got a lot of Chinese anchor babies coming across, that's got to get cracked down on, and there should be some kind of penalty against the host country of those that are coming over here delivering these anchor babies. Same thing with countries that allow the traffic to come through: Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Honduras. That's why Trump said we're going to put sanctions on these countries. Or no, matter of fact, it wasn't sanctions, pardon me. It was we're going to take the aid away from these countries that are just allowing our country to be flooded with illegal immigrants. And it makes sense. Why am I paying you any money for aid when you're not protecting our country by securing your own borders? You see, it doesn't make any sense. I'm paying you to get invaded by you. It's not logical. I did see the flash mob in Philadelphia. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, that was crazy. That was a lot of people. We're talking about like 70 to 80 people. And my thing is, you're in the CVS. What are you really taking? You're taking chapstick and gum and bottled water and gift cards, flashlight batteries, toothpaste, floss, mouthwash. What are you taking? Makeup, drugstore makeup, garden hoses. What are you taking? Really, seriously. And the thing about it is, it probably was a CVS or Walgreens right in their neighborhood where they live at. And a lot of these people would say, oh, we got to have people to come into the community and invest and build businesses. Why would anybody come to where you live and build a business when you are flash robbing it for the stupidest of things? You probably cause more damage running through the actual place, knocking things down, than you stolen merchandise. See, this is the mentality of too many of our people, and it's got to be stopped. I just, that right there is unacceptable. And that's a good question, Ansel. If you go to China and overstay your visa, what happens? You might not have your card to pay for things work anymore. That credit system is real. Like, I was watching a video about China, and they were saying that a lot of places don't have cash at all. It's no cash, and you have to use certain apps on your phone. I think it's WeChat and something else. I forget what it's called, but you guys in the chat might know. Anyway, they can just deactivate that. It's like, all right, man, you've been here for too long. Let's just cut that off right now. And what are you really going to do? Anybody taking no cash, you can't try to trade cash for somebody's credit on their particular device because you can't even use it. And you got American dollars. What you going to do with American dollars in a place where you can't even use cash, period? You got to use your phone. They're turning that off, and you can't buy anything anymore. So when you on the streets, you can't eat, you probably want to get back to a consulate, get your visa tightened up, and go back home. Donald Trump had to go to China to free the basketball players because they shoplifted. Like, I don't know what they took. Basic stuff, things that if somebody were to see you shoplift here, you might not even get arrested. It might let you go because it might not be worth it to track you down for what you actually stole. But they got locked up. It was going to be some serious penalties. Years in jail over in China, foreign country. They over there playing basketball. They can't even say a GG, ni hao, none of that. Talking about you about to get years in the Chinese penitentiary, And I have a feeling that Chinese jail is like North Korea's jail. You making big rocks into little rocks for the rest of your life with a ball peen hammer. You know what I'm saying? Something small like that. That's what I imagine Chinese jail is like. But I could be wrong, but I digress. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Bama boy, WDE. They stole sunglasses. China was like, no, we don't play that over here, sir. You take this house arrest, and then you might go to a penitentiary. This ain't the U.S. People don't understand that. People never really been anywhere, never traveled. They don't understand that the world is much different than you think it is. It ain't like where you are from, America. People take America for granted. They don't understand how good we have it here. Try to go outside as a woman without your head covered in Iran or somewhere, or Iraq, Syria, especially Iraq, one of these, smaller, kind of like, not a city like Baghdad, even in Baghdad, but if you go out with no head covering, you're talking about 100 lashes instantly on the spot. So, no, different countries have different rules, and you dare not violate them. And not at all. All right. But China don't accept much. Like, you can't even use your credit card, debit card. You got to use WeChat or something like that. You better you got to know how to scan a QR code, and you got to have money in their currency on their system, or you can't operate at all. They also take pictures of you. I saw in China, they take pictures of you crossing the street. If you jaywalk, they Snapchat. Like, jaywalking is like driving without a seatbelt. And you go to one of these lights where they got a camera and they take a picture of you and they see your license plate. No, matter of fact, pardon me, it ain't the seatbelt thing. It's like when you go through a red light. It's like going through a red light camera and they take a picture of your license plate and they send it to you in the mail with a fine and say, okay, you got to pay this. We saw you do it. Here's your picture. Boom. In China, if you jaywalk, they take a picture of your face, and not only will they fine you, it won't be like a thing that comes to your house where you just got to pay it at your convenience. It'll come right out of your account that you got money saved in. Okay. So on your WeChat account, it'll just be automatically taken from right there. So if you're low on your money, they don't really care about that. You're going to be in the negative. And they put your picture up on this little wall of shame outside. So people are walking by, they see your face right there on the wall because you jaywalked. So China is a whole different ball of wax. America is still very free and the best country on earth, despite what some of these weirdos on the left, the far left, will think. But let me get to the calls in just a moment. And before I do that, shout out to the super chatters right quick. Thank you to Brian Becker for the super chat. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you to John Carpenter, who says Trump needs to call the left's BS, announce his first female president of the USA. Watch the left suddenly decide XY chromosomes suddenly define male sexuality. Exactly. What if Trump identified as female? You can't really say, oh, well, you're not really a female. How can you do that? No, you can't tell me what my gender is. How dare you assume my gender? You just can't say because I have identified as male for 73 years that I'm not a female. If I feel female, I should be able to say I'm female, and you can't say anything about it. And then I can say I'm the first female president. How about that? That'd be hilarious. All I gotta do is just get that hair and different hairstyle, pull it back, put a little ponytail in it, and then it could be the first female president. Matter of fact, not only the first female president, but also the first transgender female president. How about that? But anyway, let me go ahead and get to my calls here. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Do not be afraid to call. And thank y'all for being here yet again. If you're just now coming in, please give the video a like, a thumbs up. The likes are free. Sharing it is free. All that good stuff is free. Hanging AZ says, if you jaywalk in Brazil, just run you over. That's hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen some crazy traffic patterns all over the world, like India and places like that. the traffic is real. You can't really do too much. If you're out there trying to jaywalk, you might lose your life just on the strength that it's not really any kind of traffic regulation over there. But let me get to my first call here. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I got everything together. Okay. I got it. All right, caller, who do we have? Um, everything is great, man. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'd like to, you know, just sit back, watch some great films of cinema tonight. Films like Grindhouse and Fahrenheit 9/11 and The Aviator. What are you watching, sir?
I'm not watching too much of anything. I'm watching some Netflix, I suppose, and some anime and stuff like that. That's pretty much where I'm at. I'm not really into the Hollywood productions by people like yourself, Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that's great. I mean, we just want to know what we can do to make your film, our films better for people like you. And other than that, I mean, what else is going on?
Everything is great, man. I can't complain too much. How are things for you? How are you calling me right now? Aren't you in jail? Didn't you get locked up? What's going on?
Oh, I'm not in jail. I'm actually on trial because in this country, of course, we have a system of justice, and of course, everybody's entitled to
Oh wow.
the
You all right?
presumption of whatever. So I'm not in jail, and I'm talking to you, buddy. So why can't you just give me some feedback?
I mean, look, I don't know what to tell you. I would say just focus on what you got going on right now with your legal situation. I mean, but I don't really have too much of advice for you as far as these movies are concerned. If you make a good movie, that's fine. If you don't, then hey, I can't do nothing for you. Just focus on what you got going on right now with these legal issues.
Well, I guess I'd like to comment on something that's burning America today. So, on behalf of the Hollywood film industry, I'd like to say something very solemn and, sincere to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
Tag, you're it.
So he's the next guy that's going to get pretty much destroyed, I suppose, huh?
That's right. Can you hear this? Sound over here, Anthony? That's me getting off the hook.
Well, hey, I don't know about that because you still got charges pending, don't you? You still got to go back to trial and go through the whole rigmarole. Aren't there witnesses as well?
Well, witnesses, usually witnesses are very talkative until, they get some lead pills. So,
whoa.
I mean, witnesses, they have memory issues until they might ingest some Vagisil or something. And, things happen. So what are you going to do? But yeah, I mean, I was listening to your show, and I have to say, it's breathtaking that you can criticize me when you have such misogynistic opinions about people like the great Megan Rapinoe, who's defending, the abilities of women all across America to earn equal pay, and you can't at least step up and support such an underprivileged minority.
I can't do anything about that. I mean, she seems to be doing pretty well. She just won the World Cup in soccer. I don't believe she's poor. So, she's okay. She'll be all right. And at the end of the day, if she wants to make more money, then she has to perform as well as the men when it comes to the revenue she brings in. It's simple. It ain't nothing else. There's no misogyny to say that if you want more money, generate more money. Isn't that kind of a logical thing to say?
It sounds logical, Anthony, and believe me, I think that you're making a bad decision by not supporting this, and I would know bad decisions. After all, I produced a comedy by Night Shyamalan, Wide Awake, which is available from Miramax Distribution, for those of you that want to know.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, I think that you're making a terrible choice, and I don't understand why you can't just stand with women for once and defend their demands.
Hey, I can't defend things that don't make any sense. If she wants to make more money, go about it the right way. I'm giving her some advice to help her actually make more money. Now, if she doesn't want to take the advice, then that's fine. But I don't think that she'll be able to get what she wants by just coming out and screeching about it on the internets and television. That's not really the way to go about it. Generate more revenue. Matter of fact, even Megan Rapinoe said that fans can help them generate more revenue by coming to the games, buying merchandise, all this, that, and the third. So she agrees with me.
Listen, Anthony, I mean, you're talking to Harvey Weinstein here. I mean, I produced Princess Mononoke. You like Princess Mononoke, right?
Never heard of it until just right now.
Well, so yeah, of course you do. You love anime. So everybody knows that I paid Princess Mononoke the same as every other character in that film, and it was a humongous success, and men and women benefited equally from it. So I think Megan Rapinoe is raising a very great point about it.
Well, I can't really tell. I disagree with you on that one, boss.
Well, anyway, Anthony, I know that you have other callers to get to, so if some of those callers want to take a pause from watching the Cider House Rules available on Miramax, or The Yards with Hollywood heartthrob Mark Wahlberg, also on Miramax distribution, they can call you in and kind of refute your misogyny, because obviously men and women should admire a woman like Megan Rapinoe, because the women of tomorrow need to be in shape so they can run away from sexual predators like Jeffrey Epstein
and Harvey Weinstein.
And Harvey. Anyway, have a great night, sir.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate it.
Have a good night.
I'm sorry for the ringing, but I had to. It's not my fault. It's Skype's fault. Blame Skype. If you want Skype to disable the ring in the options, you got to call them and write them and let them know that, hey, man, I'm trying to watch ABL show. And then when he gets off the call, sometimes the ringer will just blow my ears out when I'm wearing headphones. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But let me get to my next call here. Alrighty. American Joe, what's going on, man?
What is going on, ABL? How are you, my friend?
Everything is great, man. Can't complain.
Are you hearing me and seeing me okay here? Because I don't see anything on my computer screen. It is weird.
I heard you and see you well.
Okay. Well, how you been?
Oh, man, everything's been great, man. Can't complain at all.
All right, man. So what are you talking about tonight? I just popped in 2 seconds ago.
You got the U.S. women's soccer team. You have the whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein being arrested finally by the feds. It's a few things going on. Those are probably some of the biggest things right there.
Well, you heard what happened with Trump today, right? How he got a massive lawsuit dropped that was coming against him from the city of New York there for taking money as president of the United States for his hotels in New York. Did you hear about that one?
No, I didn't hear about that. So there was a lawsuit against him that got dropped.
Yeah. Well, no, it didn't get dropped. It got taken down by the court. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals said, you guys do not have just cause for this lawsuit. So he actually won. Oh,
so it got thrown out altogether. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so Trump just keeps winning and winning, my friend. 224,000 jobs added last month. Crowd sizes as far as the eye can see. And what do the Democrats have? Pedophiles and gay guys who can barely pull a crowd of 100 people to a gymnasium when they have a rally. They are so screwed, man. They are so screwed.
People talking about, there's so much enthusiasm and energy behind Kamala Harris and all these people. I'm like, how is that the case when you're looking at the crowds? They can barely fill a children's section of the library. So it doesn't make any sense. The people just aren't enthusiastic.
Oh, man. You got that right, man. And who would be? I mean, they just keep coming up with more and more ways to try to, lure people in with free stuff. Just the other day, Elizabeth Warren came out and said she's going to sign an executive order on day one. Everything's on day one, right?
Yeah, right.
Executive order on day one to make sure all women of color, especially American Indians, are paid more for the work they do. Give me a freaking break, man. They're just making up stuff, man. They're just making up stuff.
They're throwing anything out there, see what sticks. It doesn't really matter what it is. They know it's all empty promises, but they're trying to get a leg up on the next person to out promise the next person. But at the end of the day, people understand it's all BS. It's not really gonna happen. It's not real. It's just talking and nothing else.
Here's my fear, though, ABL. Here's my fear, my friend. The left is pushing so far to the left. This may be their strategy. I don't know. They're pushing so far to the left. They're going so crazy to the left that a lot of people like us are, not me and you, but a lot of people in our group are probably going to sit home thinking there's no way these crazy left people are going to win anything. Look at Trump's crowd sizes. Look at their crowd sizes. And they may sit home. That's my worry. We lost the House of Representatives because people sat home. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I mean, the same thing happened in Reagan's time as far as like losing the House. That happened. But then he smashed Walter Mondale in 1984. Just beat him like it was nothing. I mean, Walter Mondale only won one state. So this is not unprecedented. It's happened before. But I think there's still a lot of enthusiasm among Trump's base. And he's also gaining more people day by day. I'm seeing it all the time. People are emailing me, messaging me on my social media platforms, writing me letters, talking about, I was on the left like last year, and I came to the right this year. The left has gone too far. I can't be with him anymore. So I think we're gaining more people, and we have the base still, and the left is losing steam, and they don't have any kind of enthusiasm. They don't have enough to take over us, even if our turnout is not the same as it was last time, which I think it will be this time as well.
Yeah, they got one person that flips sides. You seen that one kid who's going around he's on every news channel. He's this young kid, black hair, and he's talking about how he was, how do you say it? He was an alt-righter, and he got sucked into the rabbit hole of alt-right channels, and he's on every news channel. It's like they get this one guy who's probably just fake anyway.
Fake, yeah. But I don't even believe him at all. I think he's just doing this for the camera. It's not really real. I mean, they're going to find that person and parade them around to try and warn others to say, you know what, it's a dark hole. You don't want to get into it. And also for parents to be involved with the kids and be like, well, I don't want my kid to be going down the wrong hole. I'm going to check their YouTube history, this, that, and the third. That's what it's for. I think he's a paid actor personally. Yeah,
man, it's crazy, man. But anyway, I want to know when you want to come on my show, man, my live show. I am waiting and ready for you to come on my live show, man, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so when do you do your live show? What days?
I'll do it any day you want to come on. Your calendar is more important than mine, my friend. You're much bigger. You're like huge, okay? You're like Tom Cruise right now, and I'm kind of like, who am I like? I can't even think of a so low-grade actor, some guy that's coming up in the ranks. But no, seriously, I do a Monday show. I do a Friday show at 6 p.m. So this Friday, 6 p.m., you can come on if you're available. Or I can do a special live show. I don't care. I got 2 regular shows I do a week, Monday and Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time.
So but you can come on whenever. It's like, is that like 9 p.m. our time?
Well, what's your time?
I'm on the East.
Yeah, that's 9 o'clock your time.
Okay. Let me think. Probably Monday will probably be better. Yeah.
Monday it is. This Monday coming up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Monday, 6 p.m. I'm going to start advertising ABL coming on the show.
There we go.
Rock and roll, my friend. All right. Have a good night, my friend. I'll email you. We'll talk about what we're going to discuss and stuff like that ahead of time.
Hey, before you go, tell everybody how to get in contact with you, man.
It's the American Joe Show, man. Just search me out on YouTube. They haven't killed me yet, although they're trying to kill me. Do you know this? Let me tell you something, ABL. I had some massive growth in my channel for the first 4 months. As you know, I think in June I got 20,000 new subscribers. I had some videos that went semi-viral. And then in May, the last 6 weeks or so, they just crushed traffic to my channel and my videos, just crushed it. It's like losing subscribers every day for 6 weeks in a row. It's unbelievable. And I've been hearing the same thing from 5 or 6 other YouTubers in the same kind of area that we talk about politics. And they're saying the same thing, that they're stopping videos from being watched. They're unsubscribing people from the channel. I got people coming every day saying they're being unsubbed from my channel, even though they're active users. So they're playing their little games, whatever. So we're just going to have to, that's why I'm encouraging YouTubers to get together and have some collaborations so that we can defeat this BS they're doing behind the scenes with our videos.
Absolutely.
All right, my man. And you know Magnificent, right?
Yeah, I know Magnificent, yeah.
You know him like in real life, like you know him.
Yeah,
right?
I've met him before, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's another one. We need to get together, man, and start working together on some stuff.
Oh, definitely, absolutely.
All right, my friend. Have a good night. I'll be watching your show.
All right, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right, thank you to the American Joe Show. Most certainly appreciate him. And if you want to go to his channel, I'll put a link right there in the chat box, right over there. I'll drop it one more time in case you want to check it out. That is the American Joe Show. I remember when he first started calling the show, he was just trying to get the jank started. He was at like less than 100 subs, if I'm not mistaken. And then now he's at 36,000 subs. That's crazy. That's wild. So shout out to the American Joe. Most certainly appreciate him for the call. But let me go ahead and get to my next call here. All right, 210, you're on the line. I'm speaking to
Brandon from San Antonio.
All right, Brandon, what's happening?
Nothing much, man. Hey, I just wanted to talk about the whole soccer situation.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, what really grinds my gears about it, to quote Peter Griffin from Family Guy,
Yeah.
is the fact that that Megan Rapinoe or whatever her name is, she says that, oh, we don't want to go to the White House because we'll be paraded around. Yet accepts to be paraded around by the Democrats
Right.
in the House and, in the Senate.
Right, exactly. So that was a BS excuse. That was just a lie. She doesn't want to go to the White House because she doesn't like conservatives. It's pretty clear what's going on here. And it's also a way to virtue signal to say to her friends, anybody else, that, oh yeah, I gave Trump the finger and all this, that, and the third. That's all it's about at the end of the day.
Yeah, I just find it disturbing. I mean, if you're going to play for your country, be proud of your country. I don't care what you identify as, what your sexual orientation is. I don't care about any of that stuff. Just stop being a wanker.
Right, there you go.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just it disgusts me so much. I mean, to be honest with you, dude, I am a right-leaning person, and I love your show. But I played soccer for 10 years.
Oh.
So I love soccer. I love watching it. So it's just like, and it just disgusts me that, people who are in that position would just take it for granted.
Yeah, I agree with you.
A right-leaning person. And, yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much all I had to say, I know you're not a fan of it, so much or whatever, and that's cool. Everybody has their things.
That's right.
So, I mean, no hate, no harm.
No doubt, man. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. You have a good one.
All right, now, same to you.
All right.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Yeah, soccer. Yeah, I guess it's an okay sport, I suppose. But hey, I'm a basketball guy. Love basketball. I can watch basketball every day of the year. Basketball, football number 2. It's usually in the States, football 1, basketball 2, or football, baseball, basketball. But with me, it's basketball number 1, then football, then baseball. That's kind of like how I do my whole thing. Soccer's not on that list. It's just not. But let me get to my next call. Alrighty. Mike from Queens, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Anthony? How you doing?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Sounds good. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I got in. I'm disgusted with this parade. My freaking tax dollars went towards this went to this mess.
Oh, wow.
The only victory parade I want to see is in November is a Yankee parade. That's the only parade. I could care less about women's soccer.
Right.
I mean, I only see a couple of true blue Americans on that team anyway.
Yeah, and you know what? It's unfair that some of the people on the team threw the flag on the floor, kicking it around, because you got some people that respect the flag, like the lady that picked it up. Kelly O'Hara. Shout out to her. She did a great thing, but her teammates make all of them look bad just by, association, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, those three, they're just trying to get on a box of Wheaties at this point.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, they had a parade for them 4 years ago in 2015 when they won. Why don't they give it to another city? Let Los Angeles throw them a parade, or let Chicago, let another U.S. city throw them a parade. Oh no, it's got to be New York. It's got to be Bill De Blasio who has to throw the parade.
That's right.
So it's just you look at it's like people, they just can't leave their political. They can't leave politics at home. They have to always. They always got to put it out there. And like you said in one of your videos, I think earlier, about her, being a social justice warrior. Maybe that she's going to take that up as a full-time job after she's done with soccer. What the hell is the name? Rapinoe, Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, because I mean, the doors closed and she's like, what, 34, still playing soccer. I mean, it's probably like basketball and football, where you having a high impact sport. You're running a lot, jumping a lot, so you're not going to be able to play forever. So I would presume that at a certain point, it's going to come to an end.
Yeah, exactly. I think Mia Hamm was the only women's soccer player. I think she played until she was almost 40. I think she was on 3 or 4. She played in 3 or 4 World Cups, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, they were classy. The women that won in '99, I think that was the first Women's World Cup. That was a classy team. Julie Foudy, Mia Hamm. What the hell was the other one? I think it was Amy Wambach. They had class, not like these mental cases.
Matter of fact, one of them came out today. I forget her name, but she came out today and was saying that she respects the team and what they've done, but they're going too far with this whole thing that they're doing with the flag, and it's just too much stuff going on. She was saying that they should go to the White House. It's an opportunity that not many get, and it's important. And if you have any kind of grievance, you should be able to go there and then air it out, rather than just trying to avoid and virtue signal.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's good to see Nancy Pelosi fighting with the children in Congress, as I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, just one more thing, and I'll let you go. We have a race up here in New York for the Queens County District Attorney, and this woman that was backed by AOC, this woman named Tiffany Caban, same type of lunatic as AOC. She was running against Melinda Katz, who was a moderate Democrat. She's the Queensborough president, but she can't run anymore due to term limits, so she's running for the district attorney. And Caban thought she had won the Democratic primary, because you know how it is. It's whoever the Democratic candidate wins, it's going to win the election in November. But we're better off with Melinda Katz because she's moderate. She's not crazy. She's not out there. But from what I understand, this candidate named Tiffany Caban, she also got the endorsement of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. They actually went out of their way to stick their 2 cents into a local New York City district attorney race.
Right.
Now, Melinda Katz, as of Friday, went ahead because there was, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 absentee ballots that hadn't been counted. So now Melinda Katz went ahead because a lot of, like even my neighborhood, a lot of the Democrats voted for her. A lot of the registered Democrats voted for the more moderate candidate, Melinda Katz. So, and mostly the areas where all the illegal immigrants live, they voted obviously for the AOC candidate. So now being, I guess, because it's within a 50 vote margin, all the ballots are going to be counted manually.
Well, hey, that's going to be a close race. We'll see what happens.
And this woman is crazy because she's talking about decriminalizing prostitution.
Oh my goodness.
Decriminalizing, pimping, for pimps. Yeah, that really bodes well into, trying to crack down on human trafficking, right?
Exactly my point. 100%. Because if you decriminalizing that kind of stuff, then you're opening the door for that kind of activity to come to your city. How can you really identify what's happening if it's not even illegal?
Yeah, exactly. So listen, I'm just going to leave you off with this, but check out this comedian. He does like a political show now. You know Nick DiPaolo?
I've heard that name. Yes.
He's funny. Check him out. You'll be in stitches after watching his content.
I'll check him out, man, for sure.
Yeah, he assassinates left. And on that note, I'll talk to you soon, man. Have a good night.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Got it. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you to Mike from Queens for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. And thank you to the super chatters right quick before we get to the next call. Thank you to Jerry Thanos. I keep saying Thomas. Jerry Thanos, who says, can Fed stop funding California's free healthcare for illegals? That's a great question. They should be able to, but I'm not quite sure how they would go about doing that. It shouldn't be legal at all to use any kind of monies for illegal purposes, because if you're here illegally, then you're not here legally. It is what it is. But let me get to my next call. All right. 956 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hold on. Let me stop the live stream. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
It's been almost 2 weeks since I called again. This is Luciano from Texas. How are you doing, sir?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
All right. Have you reacted to the Little Mermaid situation yet?
I did do that. I put the video on my gaming channel because I went to my content over there, so it's on my ABL gaming channel.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. But do you think? And I have a quick question on that. Do you think that's an insult to black creativity and black acting?
Well, what it is, it's just it's a handout to black people, because it's like, okay, rather than coming out with a new story or having somebody come up with an original story that just may happen to have a black character, we're going to take this story that has had a white character for like, I don't know how many years, since like the 1800s and from Europe. Let's just take that and make that be a black person and say, oh, well, we're forward thinking, we're progressive. It's so silly. Like, what's the purpose? It's really just trying to cash in on racial tension. People are so offended at everything that they're offended at people being white. So you change it to black. Okay, you're able to cash in on those that are upset, cash in on those that are going to appreciate it. You're just trying to make money off of racial tension, and you're trying to generate more tension as a result. I don't like it.
So true. And then somebody in your, I hate to be a snitch, but somebody in your Discord once went, oh, but Egyptians have to be played by white actors, so why can't Little Mermaid be played by? First off, it's a bit of a pointless comparison, because isn't the movie being animated last time I checked?
No, it's going to be live action.
Oh, I thought it was being animated. Well, either way. And second, you're talking about a time where, like, there was a big disproportion of white people in the planet. Of course, they were going to be played by white people. What did you say? And then, I don't get it. I mean, Little Mermaid has Danish roots, so it kind of kills the purpose of the character's origin, doesn't it?
Well, I say this, though. I think that having white actors in the Egyptian thing is kind of silly, too. But I won't say that I agree with those that are saying that it should be played by black actors, because Egypt is not sub-Saharan Africa. Egypt is like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is not a black country. You may have some black folks that live up there, but it's not a black country. You know, just because it's
North Africa.
Huh?
It's North Africa.
That's
right?
correct. That's correct. Like Libya, Algeria, those are not sub-Saharan black countries. It's just not. Not even Sudan. Sudan, you have Sudan proper, which is mostly Arab, and South Sudan, which is mostly sub-Saharan African. So, yeah, it wouldn't just be a bunch of people looking like Amistad over in Egypt, nor would it be a bunch of Europeans, blonde hair, blue eye. It's like Saudi Arabia, Syria, those kind of people will be over there.
True. All right. All right. I think I'm done with this topic now. And okay, what do you think about Pelosi's feud with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
Now, I don't know what's going on with that. I've been hearing about Nancy Pelosi and AOC having some kind of feud, but I don't even know what's going on. I don't understand. Well, I have seen some things before this most recent kerfuffle, because Nancy Pelosi was talking about who's over there, talking about the Green New Deal. It's like 10 people. It's like 5 people. I heard that she was trying to downplay her significance and power in Congress, but I've not heard about the new thing. So what's going on now?
What's going on now? Well, I'm still gotta look more into it, but I believe Nancy Pelosi, I think she's kind of getting tired also of whatever AOC tweets and just mumbles. Like, she's basically trying to condemn the actions of her, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't hear what you're saying. You're kind of like muffled a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I hear you.
All right, sorry, because I'm outdoors. But anyways, I think she's just trying to condemn all of her speakings and all of her tweets, because AOC has. If I had to give one huge critique about AOC, is that she has too much freedom of speech. Can we agree though?
Oh, too much freedom of speech?
Yeah, she's never backpedaled for anything she says. She's always, she will get, sure, there will be some redirections, but she doesn't really get in heat for anything she said. Now I will agree that that she has gotten heat recently only to the tweets. Didn't she get sued just now by Twitter, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, I don't really know.
All right, I'm gonna try to follow more of her story up, but yeah. And now Pelosi is kind of like trying to distance herself from the far left too, but I don't know. It's kind of too late in the game already.
She's not trying to go away from the far left, because Nancy Pelosi was basically hand in hand with Chuck Schumer talking about Megan Rapinoe can come to the White House. I mean, not the White House, but the Senate. So if you're inviting a person like Megan Rapinoe to the Senate, who is clearly anti-American, who is clearly a far leftist, then how can you say you're trying to go away from the far left? Nancy Pelosi, she does not want to
secretly doing it.
She does not want to hold on. She does not want to cede power to AOC. That's all that is. It's not about her trying to go away from the far left, in my opinion. She wants to keep control, but she does not want to let it go to anybody else.
Yeah. Sorry if I was interrupting you, but yeah, she's like trying to secretly agree with the far leftists, just trying to go after AOC, because AOC has probably more influence than Pelosi. After all, how old is AOC anyways? Like 30?
Yeah, right about 30, yes.
She's 30 and she has that kind of facial texture. I don't know how to prove that.
All right, man. Well, I thank you for the call. I definitely appreciate you.
No, anytime. Thank you, man.
All right, now. All right. Shout out to the caller. Yeah, everybody get your phone together. Make sure you're in the safe space so you're able to be heard clearly. But shout out to the caller. So what's going on? Like, I'm still I don't really understand. I just think that, like I said, Pelosi is just trying to keep control of the party, because right now I think it's pretty much all on AOC. Now, about the whole Egyptian thing. So who was in Egypt back during this time of ancient Egypt? Was it Europeans? Was it Sub-Saharan Africans? Was it the Arabs? Who was there? That's what I want to know. And I think that, if you're talking about, like, I guess where Cairo is right now, it could be multicultural, kind of cosmopolitan, but it's not like, it didn't look like Nigeria. I can tell you that. Nor was it resembling London. That's what I pretty much would imagine, but I could be wrong. But let me go ahead and get to my next call. All righty, let's go to 845. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, my name is Rob.
All righty, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? So, I'm a big fan of your videos. I like a lot of the work you do. I just want to I want to break it down like this with what's going on in soccer. Okay. So every Major League Soccer team has what's known as a supporter group. Some of them have more, some of them have less. Okay. Some of them are essentially run by the front offices, and those front offices constantly encourage politics in the stands, around the stadium, around their media, around their groups. And sort of when you don't fall into line with this type of thing, your group stands a chance of being banned. your group stands the chance of losing its privileges because of the fact that you don't necessarily fall in line. So I just want to kind of point out to everybody who's kind of hating on soccer at the moment. You're completely justified, you're completely justified for how you feel, but you also have to understand that there is a bit of a system that's in place that kind of hurts these supporters and these people going to these games. Because not everybody who's sitting in the stands necessarily shares the same politics. And it's pretty unfortunate that we can't see sort of the world game grow in the United States naturally as it's been. Instead, just more insurgence of politics into the game. Where historically, if you follow the game throughout Europe, when political ideologies become a part of the club, it ruins the whole experience for everybody. So I just kind of wanted to point that out to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
That's it. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you.
Same to you. All right. Shout out to the caller. Most certainly appreciate him. And thank you all for joining. If you don't know the number to call is 434-658-1220. It's always in the description box and also right there, right up under me. Great timing. 434-658-1220. Do not be afraid to call. And if you want to get in through Skype and be right here in the lower left-hand corner, there's an email for that in the description box below the video. But let me get to the next call. All righty, let's go to 918 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Trey.
All right, Trey.
Yeah, I want to talk about the women's soccer team. There's a couple of things that they don't even talk about. The media even, like, you see, if you read a couple of the articles, back when they tried to sue they filed this lawsuit before, and back then they're a little bit more honest. The media, I can say, were a little bit more honest. The women's team, the U.S. women's national team, actually they get paid 2 salaries from the U.S. soccer. They get paid. Yeah, they get paid from their for their league that they play in. I think the Women's National Soccer League. They actually pay. I don't know if they pay all the salary, but I think they pay at least half of the salary for their club team. So they get their base salary, and then they get the bonuses, and they get full benefits too.
Okay.
And the men, they get paid for playing the game. So like if they don't play, so if you get hurt, you don't get paid from the USA Soccer.
Okay, so the women they get paid a base salary regardless of what. They can be injured, miss games. They'll get paid the base salary regardless. But the men, they're getting paid per game.
Yeah. And then I think they both get bonus. I think they both get paid for the games. I mean, like the women also get paid for if they play they call it the friendly games. They have like 20 friendly games for the World Cup or to qualify for the World Cup. So I think they get paid a bonus. And they get a win bonus, but the guys get paid. They get $5,000 per game if they win or lose, and then they get a bonus on top of that. So, I just think it's weird that they talk about it's a gender wage gap, but it's really just how you get paid, like how you get compensated. So.
Yeah, I mean, now the whole thing is, I think they were talking about the World Cup, where the men got paid, like as far as the winning team, the men who won got paid $38 million, like, and they got split that between each other, and the women got like $7 million, and they got to split that. But they ain't talking about the amount of money that was able to come in for each, and also how much of the money that came in did each gender get. I think the men got like 9% of the revenue from the World Cup, and women got 13% of revenue for the World Cup in their respective genders. But see, they don't want to talk about that. They just want to talk about just basic numbers that may be more than the other without looking at the entire picture.
Yeah, I think I saw her. She tried to pivot a little bit. She didn't really want to talk about FIFA because anybody that has any slight basic economics, anything knows about basic economics knows that the FIFA argument is just straight up dumb because they're making like 50 times more than bringing in 50 times more the revenues that they are. I mean, they're making 100, bringing in, I think they brought 131, and the
Right.
men brought in 4 to 6 billion. So that's not even an argument. They would be stupid to come up with that argument. So they're talking about their main argument is for the women's soccer, but they just, I mean, if they want to gamble on themselves like the men do, yes, get paid per game like they do. Instead of getting a base salary, but they want security. They want to
Okay.
complain about the money.
Right.
They just need to renegotiate like any other league would do. Like I heard somebody talk about the lockout. Like NBA has lockouts and NFL have lockouts.
And
But-
the NFL is worse because there's no. Well, I'm not going to say
Yeah.
there's no, but there's very little guarantee. I mean, you might get
Yeah.
a signing bonus. That's pretty much all you're going to have as far as guaranteed money. You can get hurt,
Yeah.
and then they cut you, and it's over. And no more contract getting paid.
Yeah, I know Kirk Cousins, the first NFL player to get fully guaranteed contract.
Right.
And the league has been like around for like 50-some years.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. The media, they don't talk about that stuff, but they're making articles. It's more opinion-based journalism now, kind of make a narrative. Trying to get a narrative and prove that narrative right. So, but
Exactly.
anyway, I'll let other people get on. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Most certainly appreciate him. And take it to the super chats right quick. Tsunami says, under the Wakanda Sea with the little music notes. Shout out to you. I won't sing that, but thank you for the donation. Shout out to Miss Anthropic One who says, holla ABL to dropping you some love. Rapinoe is now an official activist. Shaking my head. Love you, bro. Hey, thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate it. Much love. Really appreciate your support as always, man. Shout out to Horsehead who says, tweeted you the link to the story the last caller was talking about. It's the one from Politico. Thanks for all you do, ABL. Keep on keeping on. Hey, will do, man. I appreciate that. I'm going to check that out as soon as I get a little bit of a chance to do so. But let me get to my next call here. The number to call is 434-658-1220. All right, at 228 on the line, who am I speaking to?
Hello, who's this?
This is ABL. Who is this?
Oh, hey, I've been trying to get you. This is Valerie from Mississippi.
All righty, what's going on?
Okay, I just want to talk about those stupid little old soccer players.
And
In the
I got
first
hold
place-
on. I got some noise in the
Okay.
background.
Oh, is it on my side or your side?
It's on your side. You got something playing in the background, a TV or something?
Yeah, hold on. Just 1 second. I'll turn off the TV.
All righty.
Hang on a second.
All right.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay. What I was going to say is, Americans, as you know, just as well as I know, Americans don't get all that excited about soccer. Not even the little kids in school, okay? Americans like football, you know. I love, my team is the Saints. Go Saints. And I like the Steelers, and I like a whole bunch of teams. But, I mean, the everyday average American don't get that excited, and those girls are so ungrateful, and I don't think Americans should support that sport anymore. If that's the way they're going to act, if you gave me free tickets, I would take them and tear them up and throw them away.
I hear
That's
you on
the
that
way
for sure.
I feel about it, huh?
I say I hear you on that 100%.
Yeah, I would. I'd tear them up and throw them away so nobody else, and they play to an empty stadium, which they probably do in this country. Have you ever been to a soccer game? How many seats are empty? There's more empty seats than full ones.
Yeah.
Even in school, you know. Now you try and get a ticket to the Saints. I mean, win, lose, or draw, us Saints fans, we're loyal. They're sold out already. You can't get any tickets to the Saints coming up. And what are we in? July?
Right.
Okay, all the Saints tickets are sold out for the whole season.
Wow.
You know, yeah, we're loyal. We know we don't win a lot of games. We did win a Super Bowl 1 year, though. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yes.
Okay, but we're loyal. We're loyal, and we're going to be there. And we're going to go to the games, and we're going to eat the popcorn and eat the hot dogs and cheer them. Even if they lose, we love them. We love our state. But a soccer game, forget it. I ain't going. Are you going? Would you go sit in the hot sun and watch a soccer game? Tell the truth. God's listening.
No, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, me either. And that's all I got to say. And I like your show. I watch it all the time. But those girls should be ashamed of themselves. They're rich. And they're rich because we paid them to play that stupid ass game that nobody likes. Okay, and I'll let you go.
All right, thank you for the call.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, shout out to the caller. Hey, that was a great call. But please no cussing. But hey, I had to just kind of let her rock on that one. That was hilarious. So shout out to her. And again, the number to call is 434-658-1220. Let me get to the next one here. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Let's go to... All right, call you on the line, 617.
Hey, what's up, ABL?
What's going on?
I watched two of your videos. One of your videos, you saying that white Obama did not support reparations. That is not true. Obama never spoke against reparations, never spoke in favor of reparations. And there are reasons for that. And then you should do your research. Why is the reason?
Okay, now, if I'm a Trump supporter, like, doesn't that require an action to be a supporter?
No, because I don't look at it that way. I know a lot of people, I don't agree.
So what defines a supporter?
Well, I mean, the supporter, like Kamala Harris are doing, and the movement and all that is all just marketing.
No, hold on. But what defines a supporter in general?
Somebody who supports emissions. Somebody is in favor of emissions. Somebody's in favor of something.
So if you don't come out in favor of it, then how can you support it? That means you're not a supporter if you don't come out in favor of it.
No. It didn't come. Let me explain to you why it didn't come in favor. It didn't come in favor. He explained. You listen to his speeches. He say we should honor those who went through slavery, those who went to Jim Crow. This country has come forward from a long way. Doesn't mean that it doesn't honor them. We honor slavery, and then we should look at the root of the problem that it causes. That's what he said. But like I said, you started watching Politics last week, so you don't know.
No. Hold on, sir. What I said here was correct. If you don't come out and support a thing, that means you're not a supporter. If I don't come out, I gotta finish. I gotta finish my thought. If you don't come out and support a thing, then you're not a supporter. If I don't come out and say I support Trump, if I don't vote for him, if I don't do anything to express my support, I'm not done talking. I'll let you talk after I'm done talking. If you don't come out and express your support for a particular thing or a person, that means you don't support it.
Okay. This is the okay. Like I said, you would have listened to a speech in the NAACP. He said the reason that he didn't want to say, like, okay, let's pass a reparation bill. Did you watch? Like I said, you didn't watch. Do you follow Obama's journey in the White House?
Yes, I did. Like, matter of fact, I voted for him. Okay. Hold on. Wait, sir. Can I wait? You asked me a question, sir. Wait, look. When I talk, you stop. How about that? Because all I'm gonna do is just mute you anyway, and can't nobody hear you, so I can get my point out. Now, I voted for Obama in 2008. I followed the whole campaign from when it started. I remember that vividly. Like, we had a whole party and everything in my office when he won. People were crying. It was a moment. I'll never forget that. I was about 24. That was a really big and important time in my life. And I'm not done talking. And can't nobody hear you anyway. But anyway, I'm going to keep on talking. I followed his whole journey. Him becoming president and his failure is part of what made me go towards the right.
Okay. Why make you come towards the right?
Because he was a failure.
What did he fail? Tell me the area that he failed.
Hope and change. He didn't improve the economy. People I knew were having a lot of problems. I'm not done talking. You asked me a question, I'm gonna answer it. For black folks, it didn't do anything for us. It was always about LGBT and Hispanics. It was never about black folks. You're talking about global security. I didn't feel much more safe than when he first started. And also with the racial tension that was going on, he talked about Black Lives Matter, talking about you guys are doing a great job. He would say inappropriate things at a time where we needed somebody to not be partial like that. We needed impartiality. When Trayvon Martin got shot, he said, "Oh, that could have been my son." All you're doing is stoking the you're stoking the flames of racial tension and hatred. That's part of the reason why we have so many race riots under Barack Obama. I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking. You be quiet. So Barack Obama just failed in so many different ways. The main thing was the economics. That's what kind of drove me over to the right. Now you're still muted, and you're gonna be unmuted right now. So go ahead and talk.
Now, so it's my turn now to talk? Okay. It was a failure, according to you, right? When Obama took over office in 2009, the same day he took over, in January 20, that month, the U.S. Labor Department reported that the United States, the U.S. economy lost close to 1 million jobs. In the experience of the life of this country, in the history, from the beginning up to now, we have not lost so many jobs in the history. Nobody knew how quick we could have recovered. Sure, we had the experience of the 1933, the Big Depression, that it was a similar or the situation of what happened in 2008. That's when it started. But nobody knew how quick we would have recovered. So if we have the worst recession in American history, how you expect to recover quicker than any other recession? Can you explain that to me?
You said what now?
If we have the worst recession in U.S. history, including worse than the Big Depression, because it was worse than the Big Depression.
No, it wasn't that bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was worse than the Big Depression.
No, it wasn't, but go ahead.
It was
but go ahead.
Worse.
Get to your point. Sorry, we don't got all night. Get to your point.
So how do you expect the economy to recover a lot quicker when it was the worst recession?
But he had 8 years. He had 8 years to do it and didn't do it. So how long does he need?
No. How do you expect? I mean, this is.
You said quickly.
Obama don't say have a magic.
Hold on.
If you lose a million jobs tomorrow, next month.
How long does it take? I mean, he had 8 years. He had 2 terms to do it. So how long does it take?
How long took the Big Depression to recover?
How long did it take? You tell me.
No, how long it took the Big Depression from 1930 when it collapsed, when the U.S. economy collapsed in 1930, how long it took to recover?
You tell me. How long did it take?
No, I'm asking you. You the
Answer
one
the question. How long did it take?
Quicker. Took 15 years, and the unemployment never went below 12%.
Okay.
And that's what
all right. So how about this? How about this though? So why is it doing better under Trump when he's only been there for about 2 years? But Obama couldn't do it in 8 years.
I'm going to explain to you. You let me explain. The last 15 months of the Obama administration, after losing 1 million jobs when it took over, the economy, the labor market was creating 230,000 jobs. Actually, the labor market, the last 15 months under Obama, created more jobs for the first 15 months under Trump.
Wait a minute. But you just said you muted it again. But you just said that Obama, he couldn't do it so quickly. He couldn't do it a lot quicker, as you said. He couldn't do it a lot quicker than the Great Depression, this, that, and the third. Now all of a sudden, he was a miracle worker, brought all these jobs back. And didn't Barack Obama say that you can't wave a magic wand, these jobs ain't coming back, this, that, and the third? Didn't he say that? But then Donald Trump was able to bring the jobs back. So what happened?
Tell me the name of the company that had the jobs has come back under Trump.
I don't know all the company's name. What are you talking about? He didn't say it.
He keeps saying that
Trump,
the jobs came back.
Trump didn't name a particular company, nor did Obama. So what are you talking about? It's called a straw man argument.
Why Ford went to Mexico then? If things are so great. Why they went to Mexico?
What?
Why Ford went to Mexico? Why they opened a plant in Mexico?
I don't know.
If things are so great.
I don't know. It doesn't even really matter because we have a great
economy.
You can't
control these things. You can't control these things. This is for little children to think.
Okay, so what? Okay, all right. So, all right. So what is your? You don't have any more time really. So Make a final point. We've been on for too long.
And then I want to talk about the criminal justice reform. You say that, or how come Obama did not pass criminal justice reform? You know why it never passed it?
Did I say that?
Do you know why?
Hold on. You said I said something. Did I say that?
No. You say how come?
No. The question is, you said that I said Obama did not pass criminal justice reform. Did I say that?
Know what you said?
Wait. Say that one more time.
You said, how come the first black president did not pass criminal justice reform? That's not what you said.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
You didn't say that?
No, I didn't.
I wish I could have played it to you, because that's what you said. The reason that criminal justice reform did not pass under Barack Obama, because the Republicans did not pass the bill. Didn't even look at the bill. Democrats, working with Trump to pass the bill.
Okay, but at the end of the day, I didn't even say that he didn't pass any kind of justice reform. So you're arguing the straw man thing, but I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate it. All right. Shout out to Ivan. I always gotta hang up on Ivan. It's kind of funny, but it is what it is. Let me get to my next call. The number to call is 434-658-1220. All right. 702, you're the line. I'm speaking to.
Hey, it's Rob in Vegas. How you doing?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm going to go back to your not liking gymnastics. Come on.
No, I do. Hey, I'm a gymnastics fan, but I don't want to see men do it. I'd rather see the women do it. But, the men, I'll pass on gymnastics.
Oh, let me tell you. Shawn Johnson, the head of the women's Olympic team, won the gold medal?
I don't know.
She did a great. Oh, really? She was a little cutie, But yeah, she does her own reactions to watching men try to do women's gymnastics, and the men kill it. And then the women tried to do the men's gymnastics, and they can't do none of it.
Yeah, but I mean, women are better at that than men are, and that's
no. The women can't do it.
Oh, they can't do
the women. Can't, the men's gymnastics.
The men
just destroy the women's.
Oh, well, I would presume some of the things that the men do is different than what the women are doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the men can do what the women do, but the women can't do what the men do.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying.
You feel me on that one?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what though.
She's got some great. Yeah, she's got a couple good videos on it. They're funny.
Right.
Because I guess some just average male gymnast goes in and does I think it's Dominique Dawes, her Olympic winning routine, and he just goes out there and nails it all. He's just like an average gymnast. and she's just laughing because she's like, oh my God, he's killing it, and she had to kill herself to do it.
Right.
But she's got a couple funny videos on that. Oh, and also, hey, have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
I have seen that. Yes, I've seen it a few times.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because you were having that little, little debate earlier this evening about movies to watch, and that's a good movie. I just wanted to get that one in there. But that's all I had. I just calling in and say you have a great show. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the callers. I appreciate all you guys. The number to call, 434-658-1220. If you want to get in right here in the bottom left-hand corner, there is an email in the description box to call. 940, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi. I was calling about the hieroglyphics, like in Egypt.
Okay, go for it.
The skin tones, they range from, you have very super light and very super dark. Everybody was from all over.
Right.
So you were just trying to make the point that, in Egypt earlier, and you were saying you wanted somebody to call and confirm. And I just looked it up on the internet, and you could find those images anywhere you want, and then they'll take you to sources explaining the different ethnicities that were in the area.
Yeah, I've seen those things. I've seen those portraits of people that were from all over. Yeah, I have seen those, and then I also know where that's located, just the general area. People are trying to say, "Oh, it was all one thing, it was all the other thing." It's just not the reality of the situation. But people make up what they want to. People just have whatever they want in their mind to be what it is. But that's not always the case.
Exactly. And I always tell my girls, know your history, not your prejudice. So.
There you go.
All right. That's all I was calling about. Love your show. You have a great day.
All right. Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. I appreciate the call. Let me get to my next one here. 432, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, guy. I'm Preston. How are you?
Everything is great, man. Can't complain.
Awesome. So I have something a little bit off topic, but considering some of the calls that I just heard, it's not really that big of a deal, I guess. But have you considered, like, going to work for a news station or an organization or something like that? I mean, I love your channel and everything, but have you considered, like, ostracizing yourself publicly to the entire nation?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, you're one of the conservatives that actually always has the right things to say, and from what I've understood, there are a lot of leftists that listen to you and actually open their minds up a little bit further, and you kind of bring people to the light. You're one of the actual truth seekers. Have you considered, like, trying to go to work for Fox News or CNN or anybody like that?
Well, I've been offered CNN to be like a panelist on their well, it wasn't CNN, it was HLN, which is the same thing as CNN, but I didn't respond to that because I don't want to be part of that kind of organization. I've been on TV before, and I'm on TV a lot.
Oh,
actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on TV quite a bit on RT. But
okay. I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but I'm not. I wouldn't. I would be a guest on those platforms, but I wouldn't just say I want to work for them. I think I'd be able to have my own thing over here and just appear in different places. That's kind of how I want to operate.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, excuse me. As far as everything that's going on with the soccer game and stuff like that, as far as to my knowledge, stuff like the WNBA is essentially funded by the NBA. So if they just passed this bill in New York, this equal pay, which doesn't quite make sense to me because as far as to my knowledge, we already passed the Equal Rights Act. But is this going to damage the economy of the NBA or men's sports?
What do you mean, like if they get paid more money in the WNBA?
Yes, exactly.
Well, it would if they were to actually go through with it, but they're not going to do that because it's already been addressed by the commissioner, Adam Silver, of the NBA. He was like, look, you guys don't make any money. We fund the WNBA. It's kind of a charity project, really, because, there's some money to be made over there. It's never made money, and it won't make any money. So, no, right. It would hurt them if they were to pay it, but they're not going to pay it. So it's not even a real conversation to be talking about.
Oh, okay. I mean, so they're just going to, just like a cliche leftist, they're just going to keep protesting for nothing?
Correct. 100%.
That sounds about right. All right. Well, man, I love your show. Keep doing what you do. Thank you.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. All righty. Let me get to my next call here. You guys hang tight. I'm going to try to get to everybody as soon as I can. All right, Nippin, what's going on?
Not much. Now, first off, Disney have decided to add more salt into more open wounds.
But this whole thing
with
the
Little Mermaid,
Little Mermaid,
Yeah, they now want a lot of fans. Yeah, a lot of Disney movies are now motivated by fans. And a lot of the fans are social justice warriors.
Yeah, and I think Disney is just trying to cash in on what is happening.
This is just becoming pandering. It's more pandering towards the left.
That's correct.
Yeah, now they want, get this, they want a man to play. Do you remember the main antagonist, Ursula the Sea Witch?
Yeah.
They want a male actor.
No way.
They want a male actor to play her. Yes.
That's insane. I mean, look.
Yeah. Okay.
But see,
a black woman playing Ariel. Yeah, I can. No, I can't really handle that. But yeah, okay.
It'd make more sense in the male.
Man playing.
But you know what? But see, here's the thing about it. I'm not even surprised. I called it. I was like, you know what? The next thing is going to be, they're going to say that men should play the roles that women generally had, or women play the roles as men, because.
No, I was like, no. They're not going to do it. I was like, you're not that stupid.
They already did it. Captain Marvel. Now look, but Captain Marvel was a man in the comics. Now you got a woman playing it, so they've already done it. They're going to do more of that.
But then again, you can have different genders for. But you have the She-Hulk.
Yeah, it's a different character, even though it's
same Captain Marvel. There can be a female version of Captain Marvel. Is basically just a name. Think about it, they're under different names.
Yeah, but see, Captain Marvel was a man in the comics, and they changed it to a woman for the movies.
True.
But they're going to do more of that, because now the door's open.
Captain Marvel's a soldier. Soldier can be both men and women.
But hey, they're going to do that with confirmed male characters. They're going to have. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a female version of Captain America, a female Thor, a female.
They have a female Captain America in some comics. I've seen it.
I'm not surprised at all.
As early as when Stan Lee was in charge of the whole thing.
Okay, so it kind of goes way back.
So yeah, I can understand Captain America, but not Captain Marvel.
Hey, no, we're gonna see what's happening. Hopefully, we don't go too far down the road, but it is what it is.
So yeah. But what I wouldn't mind actually is, since he's not really a main character or a focus character per se, I actually wouldn't mind Idris Elba playing the King Triton, the Ariel's dad. I actually wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But see, the thing about it, I don't even really know what that character was in the other movies or anything. So I guess you kind of make sense. It's not a focused character, so I don't even know. That could be anybody. But Ariel, Ariel's the main character, so that's much different.
Yeah, and I've lost a whole bunch of respect for football. For women's football, I didn't care much anyway, but now I was like, no way.
Yeah, you're talking about the women's
Megan Rapinoe.
Megan Rapinoe, yeah.
Yeah, 34 years old. She looks like a grandmother with teenage children.
Yeah, she does. She really does. I mean, that hair and then her face is just, it's not a good look. She's like put it on makeup to look older. It's weird.
Do you want to see the difference between the England football team and the US soccer team during national anthems? Well,
I can't
here it is. Can you see it?
It's hard to see.
Yeah, but look, they're all standing up.
Okay, I see, yeah. I can see it, but they might not be able to see it. I see it. See
the difference?
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, and what would have been better... Yeah, so... No one wants to watch them play football. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And now equal pay. Now first, name me a female footballer who is as good as Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nobody.
You can't.
No.
You won't be able to.
It's impossible. It's not possible. It's like trying to say name a female basketball player better than Michael Jordan. I mean, most men aren't better than Michael Jordan.
Better than what's his name?
LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron, because he's retired.
Yeah, most men aren't as good as LeBron. So how was woman going to be as good as LeBron? It don't make no sense.
So yeah, and she added more salt to the wounds by accepting an invitation by Chuck Schumer to go to the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, like, no. If I had any decent self-respect, I wouldn't add flames to the fire. I would say, you know what? I don't want to meet someone who's as... I wouldn't want to meet anyone who's anti-American or anti-British in my case.
Right.
Yeah, so if Sadiq Khan invited me, I would say thank you very much, but no thank you.
I feel you.
You hate England.
100%, man. I'm with you.
And then whites are charged more for this event? No.
Yeah, you saw that. I did a video about that where they had the it was a party or something in Detroit, and white people got charged more than everybody else.
Yeah, this is racism. I'm sorry, but this is racism.
Yeah, clear racism, 100%. And they almost got kicked off of Eventbrite because of that. But you know
what I find weird is that in movies they say, oh, when they make a white character black, they say, oh, it's inclusion. But when it's the other way around, they whitewash a character, it's racism.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yep. And now, what else? The Democrats too far left by all the examples I've given you.
Yes.
Now, thankfully, touchwood, in England, no one in, well, we call it football here, no one in our football team has shown disrespect towards our anthem.
Right.
And yeah, there's more though. I would like to, if they do another live action Disney movie,
mm-hmm.
I want to see how weird, I want to see what happens. I was like, no, they've gone too far. You can't fix stupid. You just can't.
I feel like the next movies they're going to do are going to be all mixed up racially. There's going to be no more white lead. There'll probably be no more white lead characters. They're going to try to change every character to a so-called person of color.
For example, Mulan is live action, but correctly they have casted an Asian character.
Yeah, that's correct.
Sorry, an Asian actress to play her.
Yeah, that's accurate to the source content.
Yeah, because she's not, well, European. Well, Chinese people have white skin.
But they're not white though. They're not white. They're not European.
Yeah. They're not white European. They're white Asian.
Right.
So yeah, they would do it if she was Asian or this. But not if you're white European. I'm sorry, if I was in charge of Disney, I would do exactly that. I would go true to what the identity is.
Right, that's the way it should be.
Ariel being black is Ariel being white is part of her identity.
That's right. Well, Nippin, we got to get to some more calls, man, so I'm gonna go ahead and just...
I think I've ranted. I think I've got a lot of ranting off my chest today.
I appreciate the call as always, though, man.
Yeah, I'll show you that picture next week because I had a picture of an Instagram artist showing what the artist should have done.
Yeah, show me that next week, man. But I thank you for the call as always. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll wait for more insane changes.
There we go,
Just
man.
wait.
No doubt.
Anyway, I shall see you on Saturday.
All right. See you then.
Well, Saturday your time, Sunday my time.
That's right.
Yeah, I shall see you then.
All right, now. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Great call from my man Nippin. Most certainly appreciate it. Somebody said story of ABL starring Ben Shapiro. That'd be hilarious. 1,000%. You know, you got this big, black dude being played by, small Jewish man, no racist, just saying it don't make no sense. It's like me playing Ben Shapiro's life, like he's over there playing the violin. I'm over there playing basketball. It just ain't really adding up, man, but we'll just keep on moving on. And shout out to everybody who was in here. If you're just now joining or you've been here for a little while, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. That'd be tremendous. I'd appreciate it. All right, let's get to this next call here. 434, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello.
Yes, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, hello. Is this Anthony?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to know who this is right now.
All right, this is Anthony. Who am I speaking to?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I can't call from this phone. This is a call in only. I can't call
Yeah,
out.
you're listed in her contacts under Honey.
No.
You think it's okay to send pics of my...
It's not a very good troll call. It's not a very good troll call. You got to tighten up.
Don't make excuses, boy. You tell me who you are.
All right. Okay. Not a very good troll call. I mean, you know, like, nah. That was, if you could come with something that's like kind of funny and come on, man, I can't even call from this number. Be for real. I'm not calling nobody from this particular number. This is not my cell phone. This is a Skype number that I cannot call out from. You know. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys. All right. Let me go ahead and get to my next call. 323, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Yo, what's going on?
What's happening?
What's happening? What's going on, man? Snap Turtle.
All right, Snap Turtle, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. I called in to talk about something, but your boy Nippin had me on something else. Now, let me ask you something. You know how, okay, he was talking about characters that were a certain color being recast as different colors, right?
Yeah.
And how it should be true to the original color.
Yes.
But why is it when, say, they cast white characters in traditionally black roles or as black real-life characters or real-life people, you know what I'm saying? Why do we got to get over that? I'm just curious.
Well, I feel the same way. Like, if a person gets casted in a role that's supposed to be a black person and it's not, then I would say the same thing. I don't know about anybody else, but I know what I would say.
Right. For sure. Well, you know, because it seems like there's a double standard, and it sounded like that's what Nippin was on, because I don't know how many times in Hollywood they have casted white actors to be traditionally black characters or even real black, you know what I mean? Like, so I was just kind of like trying to see where y'all were at on that. But so moving right along, what do you think? Because I didn't hear, you're the only person that I follow that didn't talk about that Disneyland fight.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get your take on that.
Well,
because
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't want to put it on my channel because I don't want to have that kind of, you know, fight content, because I could do those every day if I wanted to. But I did talk about it earlier in this show, but I talk about it a little bit more here. The whole thing was just crazy. It was hard to watch. I heard they were all from the same family or they all knew each other. And the main thing that I saw that stuck out in my mind was the fact that the men couldn't fight, and they were scared. They couldn't fight because look, if you're doing all this dancing around with your hands by your head, you ain't trying to fight, because once it's fight time, I'm in your personal space instantly, and whatever I got on me, I'm using. Like, because all this dancing around, you waiting to get hooked off on first. I'm trying to get the first hit on you. Once it's fight time, it's fight time, and it ain't no time for me dancing around. But they ain't have no issue hitting the women instantly.
Right. Well, what's up with that? You know what? You right on the strike first. What did Cobra Kai say? Strike first. But my thing is this, okay? All these people talk about it, and when I thought the same thing you thought. Oh, these dudes can't fight.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was like no big deal, right? People fight, right? It just so happened they were fighting in public, and they were fighting at Disneyland. But everybody is turned it into this big old thing like, oh, that's the worst thing you could ever do. And, you know, it's like people fight. And if you were this disturbed by a little, first of all, it wasn't a real fight, right? It was like you said, it was just a bunch of dancing around. Oh, let me take the easy targets out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when I see people making a big deal out of this, it's like, have you ever been in a fight, Joe? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in the Army, I fought dang near every time I went out, right? We went out to the club, we get drunk, we fight. This is what people do. It doesn't matter the color, black, white, yellow, brown. People, everybody fights. But I'm seeing all this stuff about, just ignorant black folks this and ignorant black folks that, and your boy did a whole little skit. I ain't gonna mention his name, but your boy did a whole skit with a little blue sunglasses on. I'm like, come on, man. It's a fight. Everybody fights. It doesn't matter, right? But then I'm seeing this one guy. He's a white dude, right? And he has a video on it, and he's like, Tyrone Quavius fights this, that, and the third. He's just completely, making a big spectacle out of black people because black people are fighting out at Disneyland. And you know what? I ain't got no problem with that. It's comedy, right? But, it's like, why aren't we facing the fact that these people fought and that's it? Why is this such a big deal? Why is this such?
Well,
and it's such a big deal. I'm making a big deal of it right now, talking to you about it.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what. One thing I would say is that, number one, like I said from the beginning, it was really hard to watch because of how it kind of just shows you where a lot of the black community is, not simply because of the fight, but because of how the fight happened. Number one, where it happened, Disneyland. I mean, come on, why would you be fighting right there at all places in the world? Fights happen, but why right there? That's the first thing. But the second thing is the men, like I said, they were trying to not fight each other. They basically doing the tango with each other. But when it came to the women, they had a problem fighting the women. And then the one dude had on the red shirt or whatever, he had his hair up and a bun with some dreads with color in it. The way he was moving was just kind of feminine. It's a lot of that happening in the community as well.
He may have been sweet, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I see too much of that happening, and then we're trying to get beyond that. We're trying to get past all the negative stereotypes, all the things about us.
I get it. Yeah.
And then stuff like that, when it goes out, it just reinforces stereotypes. So when we try to take
that's true
3 steps forward, they're taking us 10 steps back. And it makes us look bad, even though we're not them. I don't know them, never seen them before. I'm not until that video, but it reflects bad on all of us. So I understand where some folks are coming from when they talk about it, but me, I'd rather not give that a whole lot of attention on my channel as far as doing a video about it. But that's just my personal opinion. But I do understand why others have an issue with it because it was crazy.
Well, yeah, and I get that, right? But that's what I'm saying. I've seen fights of where all different types of people are fighting in public. They're fighting in restaurants. They're fighting
but Disneyland, Disneyland, though.
Yeah, I see, bro. I grew up in LA, right? I've been to Disneyland. I've been to Knott's Berry Farm. I've been to Magic Mountain. There were fights every time. Young kids. But it's crazy. I get what you're saying. But I just want to remind everybody that everyone fights. No one is above fighting. No culture is above fighting. As a matter of fact, in Waco, Texas, in 2016, 9 people or so died from a fight with stabbings and all kind of stuff. And that was a bunch of bikers. So at the end of the day, people fight and make everybody look crazy. But I'm gonna move on to this. I'm gonna tell you what the best sport is.
What's that?
The best sport to watch. Women's track and field, bro. You forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I forgot about track. I did forget about track. Yep.
Yo, my favorite athlete is Kati Sagnia. I don't know if you heard of her, but you should look her up real quick. Good Lord. That's all I'm going to say. Kati Sagnia. KHADDISGNIA. And on that note, I'm going to get out your hair, brother. Peace.
Right. Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Great call from my man, Snap Turtle. And I would not be looking up that. So my hands are right here. I ain't doing no typing. If you guys want to see it, hey, go for it. Knock yourself out. But hey, man, I can't even be looking up stuff like that. I'm a good man. But anyway, let me go ahead and get to my next call. And the number to call is 434-658-1220. All right. 409, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This ABL?
Yes, it is.
What's up, man? I'm watching you on your show.
All righty, what's going on?
Well, man, I thought this show ain't live, man. My bad, dude. I thought it was live right now.
No, we live right now, but it's a delay with the stream, so don't even watch it. Just talk to me on the phone.
Okay. How you doing, man?
Everything's good, man. What's happening?
I'm one of your biggest fans, man.
Hey, I appreciate
digress.
That. Yeah.
What say you?
Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the support for sure.
Hey, man. Hey, I'll be here. I'll be supporting you, man. No doubt. But man, I missed what the topic's supposed to be about.
I mean, we're talking about the women's soccer situation.
Okay.
Epstein got arrested. Just pretty much whatever's on your mind politically, man.
Right. Yeah. Okay, man. The really for me with the girls soccer, I mean that's just I'm not surprised at all that girl would bring that up about let's equal pay for equal work, but that's just ridiculous, man. And I think I'm probably just beating the dead horse with that, even speaking about it, in my opinion, because I think it's pretty much everybody's starting to say the same things. I mean, she's no LeBron James. She's no, we like to watch female sports just because like what could the girls do? What do they look like? How good are they going to be? But we all know that just like in fighting, why don't we have women fighting men? Because the men would decimate them. Right. Why don't we have women, racing men in 100 meters? That's not, you don't have to fight. And there's some fast women because the men would decimate them. But I don't know, man. It's, I guess I'd be more interested in the Epstein topic. And I think you brought this up that the media is all they're talking about is they keep bringing up how Trump is like he knew this guy, like there's some kind of big time background where they hung out, and it's just it's the same old fake news thing. I'm kind of losing you there, man. I don't know if you can hear me or if I'm just babbling on.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I'm shocked I got a hold of you, man.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a while. I don't know how long your show's been on, man, but I caught on to you. It seems like I've probably been watching you for at least a year. But I really like your show, man. I really just wanted to say hi to you, man.
Well, thank you for the call, man. And I appreciate you, supporting the show, man. Keep on doing it, man. Need more people like you to support and watch. That's how I keep on going. So I appreciate you.
Okay, brother. God bless.
All right, God bless you.
Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Super chats. Thank you to Chris Groover, who says, I feel like I missed a lot. So peace, Trump 2020 ers. Hey, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you to Brian Zimsky. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you to Chris Griffin again, who says Trump 2020 ers and BET. Hold on. I know I'm messing that up. Trump 2020 years and bet. And okay, I got it. Trump 2020 ers and BET, talking about Bob Johnson, I suppose. And then thumbs down, leftist ideologies. Okay, I got it. Thank you to Valerie Rogers, who says Trump rocks and so do you. Thank you to Dan Zena, who says, let's go, big dog. Barking noises. I'm not going to bark, but thank you for that. And Tsunami says, Trump, Grant, Tommy Robinson, and his family, asylum. All right. And I think that's pretty much it for Super Chats. And I'm caught up. Let me get to my next one here. All right. Let's go. 719 on line. I'm speaking to.
Stephanie from Denver.
All right, Stephanie, what's happening?
Not much. I just had a couple points that I thought you and your viewers might think are interesting.
Oh, hold on.
First,
I got a little bit of noise in the background. Can you turn your TV off or your sound?
I just did. I'm sorry.
Right.
Is that better?
It's good.
First off, Kamala Harris's dad just put out a book. He was a slave owner. He's got 2 pages in there of the names of the slaves that he owned and their ages. He had hundreds of them, but he couldn't fit them all in the book. Now, this isn't Kamala's dad's dad. This is her father was a slave owner.
No. Kamala Harris's father was not a slave owner. It was one of her ancestors from her father's side.
Okay, well, she's still a slave owner.
That's right.
Which, any way you look at it, you know what I really hate is middle America. We don't care about all this crap. We really don't. The other day I was at Burger King, and I'm a little old white woman, and this black man was there with his family, brand new baby. He saw my hands were full. He jumped up out of his seat with his baby in his arms and ran over to open the door for me. This is how true people live.
That's right.
All these people and their craziness. I used to be a Democrat all my life, basically just because I thought that they were nice people, but now they're really showing their true colors. And I'm ashamed that people and their hate. Another thing that you might like to know is, remember when the little boy over in Britain, they were going to take him off life support?
Yes.
And America had a frigging meltdown. And I guess they don't know that that's social medicine. So if we become social medicine over here, what do they think? That we're going to leave their children on life support? The government will have control of that then. So people are a little bit confused about which way they're running there with the socialism.
Yeah, they don't understand what the result is going to be. They hear all the good stuff right now, talking about, to be free. You have easy access to whatever you want. But then what about them waiting times? What about when your diagnosis is terminal and they say, well, you know what? We don't want to treat you because it'd be costing too much and you won't survive anyway. So we'll let you die right now.
Exactly.
Yep.
I wonder how mad they're going to get when over here, God, they literally had a meltdown about that little boy over in Britain, but that is social medicine. So what are they going to do over here when they start shutting their kids' life support off? Like I said, I lived in Denver most of my life in the same house for 30 years, and when we became a sanctuary state, Denver is really bad. It took me 6 months. I was going through Denver General, which is basically social medicine for everybody, including illegals. It took me sometimes 6 months to get an appointment to see a doctor that I had for 20 years.
Wow.
And, these people, I get it that people want to hear free, 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 but there is no such thing as free. There never has been. If that was the case, we'd all be living high on the hog now.
That's right. Absolutely. But that's not the way the world works. People, they'll understand that when it's really hitting them right in their face, but right now they can't see it.
Yeah, and too, I don't understand all these kids that are going to college. I mean, you know what? If they're going to be giving out free stuff, I would really like somebody to pay off my house. For God's sakes, I've been working 2 jobs most of my life, been raising kids since I was 15 years old. I followed the American dream. I did it all, and I'm still poor. But hell, at least I can enjoy a steak once in a while and have good company with friends and family and neighbors. As far as I'm always telling my girls, if you can pay your rent and put food on your table, you are living the American dream.
That's right.
So get happy with it, because there is nothing else out there, and there is no such thing as free. I wish there was, but there isn't, and I just wish people would go back. I tell you, we are heading for a civil war that's going to be bloody, because people have had enough. This crap and the hate that's out there. I mean, attacking children. Since when has it ever been okay to attack the old and children or the handicapped? The way I was raised, honestly, I think parents need to go back with slapping their kids in the mouth again. Mm-hmm. Because with the way it goes now, my daughter told me once, she said, you hit me, I'm calling the law. They told me that's my right. And I said, yeah, that's true. But you got to get to the phone first, and it's not looking real good for that. Then I jumped the couch and choked her out, and that was the end of that. I just wanted to tell you, I enjoyed your show. I enjoy your show, and we need guys like you to, fight, because the little guy, we are living the American dream. At least we can buy toilet paper and blue jeans. That's always been what the American dream is, basically. People got to just understand that the party's over, and we've got to get back to real life. But I do enjoy your show, and thanks again.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Look, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. Hey, I'm telling you, some of these kids out here acting up, I'm gonna send her on you. So if you're out there acting up, I'm gonna get her to come, handle some business. But shout out to the caller. All righty. And let me get to my next call here. 502, you on the line. Who am I speaking to? 502, I cannot hear you. Going once, going twice. Sorry, 502, I don't know what happened. 615, you on the line. Who am I speaking to?
I made it.
You did make it. Who am I speaking to?
Holly from Nashville.
Say it one more time.
I'm one of your fans since your channel was brand new.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Been there for a long time.
Yep. I actually, my job has had me flying and moving around. Today I went between Atlanta and back home to Nashville, and I thought of you when I went through Chattanooga, and I want to encourage you to find the empty seat and run.
Well, I think that I've been asked that quite a bit. I might have to do it because I might just be called to. So I think that I'll take you up on that one day soon.
All right. And my second comment, and I don't mean to make you blush, but I just want to say as far as that those girls playing soccer, those like hardcore lesbians, I just want nothing against them, but I just want to say there's nothing sexier than a straight conservative man. And one of the main reasons I watch you is because I know you're not soft, you're straight, you're heterosexual, and you look good in yellow. You got a yellow shirt and you wear that shirt.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but the second thing was my job about 4 days ago, I ended up having to take a bus from this has to do with legal immigration. I had to take a bus from Memphis to Nashville. I had flown into Memphis and I had to take a bus back.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of heartbreaking. What I saw was, for the bus, maybe Greyhound bus, maybe 75 people on it. Maybe, I am not kidding, because I speak a little bit of Spanish and I had to help the people translate a little bit. There was maybe 15 or 20 black people, 2 or 3 white people, and there was about 50 illegal aliens.
Wow.
None of them spoke a lick of English. They all looked terrified. You could tell. These people were not like domestic to America. I mean, there's a lot of Hispanics in like Nashville, Tennessee. But so I started speaking with them, and it's just really, really heartbreaking because I was back in the same area where I got off the bus with those. I talked to them. They were from Mexico. They had come up through Mexico. They could see that I was really compassionate towards them, but it's really, really bad. I went through downtown today, and I drove past that same Greyhound bus station, and I saw, and this disturbed me, I saw about 6 or 7 little bewildered-looking Mexican kids. It was about 6 girls, and it looked like one of them might have been a boy, but I'm telling you, there was no adult, and they were on a street corner, and they were all disheveled, and I just don't know. The stuff I saw on the bus was a whole lot of children, and I didn't really see a lot of adults, and so I don't know what's going on. But
So when you spoke to them, what were they saying?
They were telling me where they're from. Some of them were from like the Chihuahua region. Some of them were from further south. But there's an area of Mexico where I can't pronounce the name of it. It's a Native American, Native Mexican tribe.
Oaxaca?
They're super short. I don't know if you've ever seen the Mexicans that are like they're under 5 feet tall, the men and the women.
You're talking about Oaxaca?
Yes, that's it. OAX. Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were very scared. I mean, they were very scared. They were afraid. I mean, they were afraid of a Greyhound bus driver uniform. I mean, they were fresh. They were fresh, and they all had money too. They all had.
Yeah, they all got money. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just things I was seeing didn't add up. They had smartphones. You know, if they're so impoverished, I don't know who's bankrolling the whole thing, if it's Soros. But, you know, the fact that everybody made fun of Trump for saying build the wall and everything, and the Democrats are wanting to free health care for all of the illegal aliens, 5,000 people a day are running through that border, and we're going to pay for it. That makes no sense, because if we eliminate borders, we eliminate America.
That's right.
We truly don't have a country. So, but anyway, keep up the show. Just remember, I don't know if you're married, but there's a lot of ladies out there that like a straight, not soft, conservative man.
Well, I thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller, but T-Pain is in the other room. So, hey, yeah, I'm taking ladies because she right there, and I ain't trying to get hit in the head with no chancleta or nothing like that. But let me get to the next call here. The number to call is 434-658-1220. All right. Let's go 256 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, what's up, Anthony? This is Jeff from Alabama.
All righty. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? I just want to mention to everybody that's listening, I don't know if everybody's heard of what under you, that if you actually go to Google search and try and type in Epstein and Clinton, it won't autofill, and when you actually search for it, that basically it shows the top stories are Epstein and Trump. But you can autofill any other name, basically, that's in the news right now. Nothing about Clinton.
Not surprised at all, because we've already seen that they're going to manipulate search results, that you can't see certain things they don't want you to see. Now, my question would be, my question would be, why would they even try to censor that? Like, this guy is a sexual predator. Why try to censor results about him specifically?
It's because of the Clintons. They own everything.
Yeah.
Or shall I say, run everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's just basically flat out just not telling the truth is what it boils down to, and that's what's starting to make me mad with all these tech companies.
Right.
But anyway, my other thing was I haven't heard you tonight talk about the festival that was charging people different money, or how much they charge, whatever, based on color. I haven't heard you talk about that tonight and wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, that whole thing was crazy, but I'm not surprised that a thing like that would happen, where the white people are getting charged double the price of non-white people. That's not surprising, because that's kind of like what we have going on right now in this country, where you can be racist against a white person. It's not really a big deal. It's kind of encouraged and pushed. Nancy Pelosi just, what was that, the other day, or it might have been today, I'm not really sure. She was talking about the MAGA hats mean make America white again. So people in high positions of power, politicians, people in academia, they're all talking about white people in a negative way. So a thing like that was the obvious result.
Okay, so what if Elizabeth Warren walked up to the door? How much are they gonna charge her?
Hey, you know what? I don't know about that one, because they might try to say, look, okay, you identify as Native, so you're not gonna, that's a funny thing about it, because they probably would get some people that are just straight white that would pay the person of color, quote unquote, price because they identify as a person of color. And then if since everybody can identify as whatever they want to identify as, that shouldn't even be a thing because any white person could say, you know what, I identify as a person of color. I identify with your struggle. Therefore, I want to pay the lower price. And you can't deny me because if you do deny me, that means you're a bigot because I'm a person of color now.
Exactly. So like Sean King.
Right. White as snow, but pretends to be black, so he gets the discount.
Right. So he walks up and goes, "No, I'm black." Rachel Dolezal. "No, I'm black." You see how retarded this is?
Yes.
It's clearly retarded.
Yes.
It's so stupid. But anyway, I haven't heard you talk about that tonight. I just want to hear you see what you thought about it. It's just really stupid, and it's just they don't see how racist it is. That's what just kills me about it.
Absolutely.
But anyway, have a good night, bud.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
Yep, have a good one.
All right. Shout out to the caller. And thank you all for being here. If you're just now coming into the stream, please give the video a thumbs up. That'll do me a tremendous service. All right. Let's get to my next call here. 765 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Mary from Indiana, and I just wanted to thank you for taking my call. And I wanted to thank you for your platform, too. I'm kind of new to your channel, but I really like your aspect of coming at the truth from a no-nonsense aspect, you know? And I had a question for you. There's a lot of people now talking about, you know, eventually they want to see Ivanka Trump be the first woman president. And I like Trump. I plan on voting Trump 2020. But Ivanka's a Democrat, and she's a little bit liberal. And I'm thinking, why are people kind of jumping to this kind of conclusion? I mean, what is your position on that?
Well, I think that people are talking about Ivanka because they're trying to figure out who's going to be the next president after Trump is done. Because, you know, people are enthusiastic about Trump. They know he's only going to be there for one more term at best. So it's like, okay, who's going to be next? They're kind of just throwing names out there. They're saying Mike Pence, Ivanka Trump, maybe even Jared Kushner. He could be the next president. So they're just trying to figure out who it's going to be. And like you said, you know, she is a liberal. I'm not really sure if she would be the same way when it comes time for 2024. So she could be a potential candidate, but I think the name's just being thrown out there because people are trying to figure out, okay, who could it be? It just throwing stuff out there to see what makes sense. But I don't think that there's a real big movement behind her becoming the next president in 2024.
Right. I just hate to see another political dynasty like the Bushes and the Clintons and, you know, go on and on forever. It's like, come on, we need a little bit more independent candidates, even if they're all Republicans or whatever, just to have their own platform and not seem like it's so much like a family handout. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So anyway, okay, thank you for your perspective on that, and I'll let you take another call.
All right, thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. Most certainly appreciate her. Let me get to the next call here. All right. I had somebody, but I just was a little bit too slow to the trigger. Shout out to Will Redding, who says George Washington on my money identifies as Ben Franklin. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, my big face ones identify as big face hundreds. How about that? That's what I think. But let me get to my next call. 404 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hello. Hey, Anthony. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, Anthony. I ain't called you in 2 or 3 shows, Anthony. How you been doing?
Everything's great. Can't complain.
Pride month over, Anthony. I just don't know what to do now, Anthony.
all the big name brands are throwing all their gay stuff away, ain't they?
They better not be. They could bring you down here to Atlanta, Anthony.
Hey, I don't know about that one.
We wear it all year long. We could just have us a pride year.
Well, it's
a
going
pride
down.
city down here.
Yeah, it's
No, it
going.
ain't. You gonna put you a rainbow hat on, Anthony?
No, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, Anthony, you always got something bad to say about pride. But anywho, Anthony, what's with this doggone AOC and that Nancy woman, and why they fighting on having a cat fight, Anthony? What's wrong with them?
I think Nancy Pelosi is scared that the Democratic Party is being taken over by AOC, but it's her fault because she laid the groundwork for it. So she made the bed. Now she got to lie in it. It is what it is.
They need to get themselves together, Anthony. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Hey.
And that other man, Booker, he went over there and escorted them people up, and he didn't bring us no tacos.
Nah, I mean, no taquitos, no tacos, no nachos, Bel Grande, nothing. You know, you could at least bring back some food with you. But yeah, he just trying to get some attention, get some clout for the upcoming election. He don't really care about the women at all.
You gonna come get somebody? He need to come down here to Atlanta and get me.
he probably take you up on that offer.
I wish you would. But anywho, Anthony. And why they talking about that man from Kentucky? Talking about he got slaves in his family. What's up with that, Anthony?
Are you talking about Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, why they doing that man like that, Anthony?
And that's his fault. You gotta deal with that, you know.
Everybody got a little something bad in their past.
Yeah.
I used to be a man, but you know, I identify as a woman, and I'm a woman now, Anthony. I'm 100% woman.
Hey, whatever you say, sir.
Excuse me, Anthony. It's ma'am, Anthony. What's wrong with you?
Hey, whatever you say, it's all good.
I'm gonna put you to YouTube and have you back over there on ABL gaming now, Anthony.
No, I'm good.
I know you is. But you know, I didn't get a chance to see you on Amazing. On his
All right, relax.
Anthony. I'm trying, and my bad. I had missed the show, Anthony.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, next time be on there. I hope you be on there too, because I want to talk to you and Amazing. Maybe I can get that other man on there too, Anthony.
Who you talking about?
You know who I'm talking about, that man with that nice shiny black bald head, Anthony.
I don't know who you're referring to. You gotta say some names now. Come on, we don't got all night.
You know who I'm talking about, that man Kevin from Kevin's Club. Oh, I just think about him. I just don't know what to do. Oh, buddy, you know, Anthony, it's Wednesday, and I'm finna head down here to the Midtown Atlanta and go to the Bulldog, Anthony.
All right, well, you enjoy yourself. Don't get in no trouble.
You gonna come down here and go to the Bulldog with us one day, Anthony?
I think not. I'm not gonna be able to do that.
You can wear your MAGA hat with the big MAGA, Anthony. We'll just say it's making Atlanta great again, Anthony.
No, that's not what it stands for. I'm not gonna be doing that. So y'all have fun.
Well, Anthony. Well, Anthony, I'm gonna let you go, but if you talk to that Amazing and that Kevin with that nice shiny black ball head,
All right.
I said, hey, Anthony.
We'll do.
Okay, Logan.
No. That ain't my name. Don't be trying to give me no nicknames. It's ABL. Just say that.
Well, I can call you Logan.
No. ABL. That's my name. And have a nice day.
Okay, ABL.
There
Bye, ABL.
Oh man, this guy's a nut. I still don't know who that is though. That's if you're just hearing this person for the first time, that's a repeat troll caller that always called with that act. I think I know who that is. I narrowed it down, but I don't really know who that is. So shout out to you for being a troll consistently. That takes dedication to be trolling like that. But let me get to my next call. 773, you know who I'm speaking to.
What's up, man? It's Winnie City.
Winnie City, what's happening?
Chilling, man. Chilling at the crib. Just moved into the new house.
Oh, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's still semi under construction, but it'll be all right. I already got the flat screen mounted on the wall, so we'll be all right.
Oh, are you building it?
No, just rehabbing it.
Oh, okay. Good money.
It's an old house, so we're just fixing it up and stuff. But all the big stuff's done, but it still needs a little stuff here and there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So what's going on? This that Epstein guy. I know you. Over the years, I've heard a lot of like, I guess you would say, rumors about this guy and Pedophile Island and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I've heard crazy stuff for like Bill Clinton, and he's not the only one. All types of weirdo politicians going over there and like. Allegedly, the rumors that I've been hearing all revolve around these guys like sleeping with underage kids and stuff, and all types of crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been hearing those same rumors for a long time now, and you know, it had kind of been like just rumors, not really anything substantiated. But here we are now. I mean, but even before now, he had been locked up. He was locked up in Florida, but it was kind of a weak charge. It got him like a really slap on the wrist type thing. Now you're talking about a serious charge, Fed charge. So it seems like the rumors were at least partially true. Now we just got to figure out who else was involved. Was Slick Willie involved? I heard Kevin Spacey was on one of them flights to the island. So we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, he already came out as like wasn't he like a rapist or something? Kevin Spacey or something?
Yeah, like it was
something bogus.
It was a man, that young man that came out and said that Kevin Spacey had raped him. And then Spacey came out talking about, yes, I am gay. It's like, wow, really? You're going to get accused of rape and you come out as gay at that moment? Like, I mean, come on. What are we doing?
Yeah, all types of Holly weirdo stuff going on.
Right.
That was goofy, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I did hear about Epstein got locked up before, charged with something, but they had like watered it down and everything. And the only reason they would do that because he's got the juice with like, you know, families like the Clintons and all these people, you know.
Right.
They looked out for him.
Yeah, that was in Florida.
If that was me and you, we'd be under the prison right now to this day.
Oh yeah. Like it wouldn't be no, you know, he had a sweet deal. Like he was in jail, but he was doing like a version of weekend jail. Like they let him go to his office 6 days a week for 12 hours a day. He could go on flights.
Periodical imprisonment or something. Yeah. And then I'm sure where he was doing time, it was like some Fed.
Of course.
Golf course resort type thing. Oh, man. Unreal. All I can say is only in America. It's sad, man. But then I've seen that thing with that concert in Detroit. They were charging white people double, like 20, and then people of color, not minorities, POCs.
Right.
That's their favorite terminology, which is, I don't know, I think that's kind of ridiculous too. But anyways, they were charging them like 10. That's just blatant racism.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, it's the kind of environment that these people are raised up in that fosters that kind of behavior. Like you say it's okay to just be racist against people because they're white. I mean, if we're going to say no racism, that should be the standard for everybody, not just particular groups to follow.
What they're going against, they allegedly believe in Dr. King so much, they're going against everything he believed in and preached in. It was all supposed to be about the content of an individual's character, nothing to do with their skin color.
I feel like if MLK was alive today, he'd be called a coon and Uncle Tom and a sellout and everything else because he believed in not being racist against people.
Period. Right.
Right.
Irrelevant. That's the thing that's kind of sad, man. It's just people, and that like I was watching the show All Day Today or whatever, or this episode, and you touched on it too. That type of behavior is like being encouraged now. It's being like almost like rewarded or glorified to just be racist towards random white people that you know nothing about. There's always like this assumption too that all white people came from money and they have white privilege, and it's weird, man.
Yeah, it really is. But nowadays I'm not even surprised anymore when it happens. I just kind of expect it because this is the kind of culture that we live in. And like you were just saying, it's encouraged. Nancy Pelosi talking about the MAGA hat. That means make America white again. And people like that have influence. People repeat them, and then it becomes a normal thing to say.
Yeah, like you were talking to that one guy that called in, and he was all loving Obama and hating Trump. And Obama did the same thing. He just dumped fuel on the fire of racism in this country. When you have a man in that position and you reach out to that many people, you got to be impartial.
That's right.
Even if you truly don't believe that, it's your responsibility to be impartial. And I strongly believe, I don't know if you believe this, I believe that Obama was elected because a lot of people did feel that maybe he could finally put an end to all this race-baiting politics and everything and really unite the country. And I feel like the opposite happened under him. It got worse.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And, it was...
I voted for him. I'm sorry. I voted for him. And I thought he would bring people together, and he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I was the same way. I voted for him, and then I saw how the country was going. I was like, man, this ain't really what I signed up for. I'm disappointed. And that kind of helped me go towards the right because I was able to kind of just observe him closer than others. I thought he would be able to be kind of revolutionary, and he was not that at all, nowhere near it, not even a good president. So I had to just kind of look deeper into what was happening. And when I looked and saw some things I didn't like, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah, because, I mean, even to this day, Obama comes across as a very nice guy, likable guy. He's got kind of smooth little swag to him. Always got a smile on his face. Like, he comes across as a very likable individual. And I think a lot of America was just hoping that we could bring the country together once and for all. I think most Americans are sick of this race stuff. They're just played out.
Absolutely.
And then you got this U.S. women's soccer. I don't even know what to say. I think that lady's just a loser trying to get her 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, yeah.
And virtue signal to all her liberal friends and all that. And they want equal pay, but you can't compare the 100 and whatever 31 million they raised or they brought in to, I think it was like 6 billion that the men
right. It's
in.
No contest.
You're not even in the same ballpark, man. You're not even in the same league. Like, that's not.
It's like comparing AAU basketball to NBA basketball. You're nowhere near in the same ballpark at all.
Yeah, you can't even really have that serious discussion. Now they would have a legit foot to stand on if they're both leagues, men and women, are bringing in $6 billion, but they're getting way less. Now you got an argument.
Right.
Now you got an argument. But until you get on their level, you don't even, like, whatever, man.
Exactly.
And then it was like, I want to go back to that where they charge the whites more. I always just look at it like this. Imagine if there was a country concert and they charge white people $10 and people of color $20. Imagine the headlines on that.
Oh, racist, KKK, white supremacists. This must stop. This is the age of Trump. This is what it has done. It is emboldened white racism.
Trump's America.
Trump's America. Yeah.
There you go.
That's right. And then the reporters would be at the White House immediately. Trump, have you seen this? Denounce these people right now. If you don't denounce them and say you hate them and put them in jail, that means you're a bigot and you're a racist too. But since that ain't the case, it's the other way around with the racists, that those questions will not be asked.
They'd have their little Antifa anarchists out there trying to club people in the head with billy clubs and stuff. Like, it'd just be ridiculous.
Right.
And then, what's the last one? Dems too far left. Yeah, definitely too far left. They're just pushing. The media's too far left too. They're kind of putting people in a position where they're like they're actually helping Trump's cause, dude. They're bringing people over so they're like, okay, you guys are crazy. I'm going to go where at least they're a little more stable.
Right.
And then they were talking about healthcare for illegals. I read somewhere that if they gave healthcare to everybody in illegals, it'd be something like $1.5 trillion would be the cost.
I mean, that's probably being generous to say that. Like, it'll cost an immeasurable amount of money. It'd be way too much. It's just it's a silly thing to even think about.
And like some of these, so my thing is like all these proposals where they so-called free, whenever they say like free healthcare, universal healthcare, they need to be like, immediately the next question needs to be, how are you going to pay for this?
Right.
Because if it was just as easy as like, I'm sure everybody wouldn't mind healthcare for everybody. If they're like, okay, it's going to cost the average American $25 extra, people would probably be all for it. But it's not. That's not. They don't talk about it because they know it's going to cost more money than they could probably even tax out of us.
That's right.
So it's just a big joke, man. And it's out of control. And then I wanted to correct one thing. When I called you last week, I said that McAllen was the acting director of ICE. He's actually the acting director of Homeland Security.
Okay.
So I got that confused, but when I watched the video back, I realized I had made a wrong statement. So I just wanted to clear that up too.
Got you.
Yeah, he was a little dirtbag. He was on Fox the other day too. He's a little dirtbag that leaked out the op plan for the
the
raids that ICE was going to conduct. Yeah, he's a loser. I don't know what he knows or who he knows or who he has dirt on, but obviously he has something because they haven't kicked the guy to the curb already. So
Yeah.
I don't know who he's hooked up with or how he's plugged up or whatever, but there's obviously something going on with this guy.
No doubt, man. But I thank you for the call, as always.
Yeah, no problem, ABL. Good talking to you, man. And I love hearing all my fellow patriots and Americans call in. It's real ensuring and encouraging to hear other people that are of sane mind.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, ABL.
All right, no problem.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you to my man Windy City for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. And we got a little bit more time, probably about 20 more minutes. The number to call is 434-658-1220. If you want to get in right here in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there is an email in the description box. Add me on Skype. We can get you right there at the bottom of the screen. But let me get to my next call. 919, you're in line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, how's it going? It's Thomas in North Carolina.
All righty. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Just been watching your show for a long time, and I just had a question. So I'm over here in Raleigh, and a lot of the properties now, or like they're getting so to be like in a predominantly black neighborhood.
Hold on. Hold on. Before you go on, I got a little bit of background noise. If you could turn that down for me, that'd be great.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so I was just I'm born and raised in Raleigh, right? So I don't know. Have you've been to Raleigh before, right?
I've been to Raleigh, yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm more on like the southeast end. So like that's like kind of like the more like Democrat leaning, kind of like middle class like black neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So like in downtown Raleigh, it's like literally like 10 minutes from my house. What's going on is in like similar neighborhoods, more like low income neighborhoods, they'll tear down the houses and then build like these $1 million, like mansion-esque kind of like modern houses.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like the rich like white Democrat that's like, like they can benefit off of like tearing down, like an old house. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. It's always how it is.
Yeah, it's like the same, like, cause I'm white, so like, but I was, I grew up in the same neighborhood, and it's like all my friends were black, and since I was raised in that, I never thought anything of it until like, kind of around like when Obama like first got elected. That's when I kind of was like, cause I was at my friend's parents' at their house, they were watching it, and they're really excited, and my dad had voted for McCain, and I didn't really understand why. Because I was like, Obama's like, he's black, like that's all, like I want that, So like, I don't know, I just that's why I kind of like thinking about it, and I was like I didn't know of it. It was just such a foreign concept. I had been living my life, and it just didn't matter. They were just my friends.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's just sad because it's like the same people that would like openly denounce racism are like unknowingly like the most like obvious perpetrator. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I see that a lot. The liberals, the white liberals, the black liberals too. They're the same as each other. It's weird. You got the black liberals who, it's like they got some kind of hatred for the white man, but they rely upon the white liberals for everything they have, for jobs and security and all that. And then the white liberal, they feel guilty, but at the same time, not too guilty to gentrify, take over black neighborhoods. It's a really weird relationship that they have. It's a really strange dynamic. So I just, when I realized that kind of stuff was going on, it turned me off from that whole dynamic. So just being over here, being conservative, it's just like everybody's treated as a person, as a human being, and not as like, I don't know, some kind of object to be had. It's just, we don't have these strange relationships on this side. Not that I've seen from my point of view. So it just feels good over here.
It's like it's not it's like the true conservative, if you, with the conservative, you know, financial belief and political leaning, but you're economically, or well, what would you say? Just socially, you're a true liberal at heart in terms of how you feel about other people, like you're just another dude. But it's just like when I was in high school, you know, in the same area, it's like, again, I was, you know, I had my you know, how I felt financially, and for the you know, like, what would you say? Just like how I felt for my political beliefs and how I wanted the economy to work, and it was all conservative principles. And like I would, you know, when I remember when Trump was like, you know, that was the big thing, like, oh, is Trump gonna, like, you know, Trump and Hillary? Like I was like excited, but like I was like starting to see how everyone would like view me as a racist by default without even understanding like who I am and why I believe that, and it's like not even associated with race.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, but I mean I love all my people, and when I go to the store and go to the barber shop, I mean everyone is just, you know, they treat me so well. It's just I feel like it's, I mean obviously, you know, everyone has their, you know, sour apples that are going to be truly racist, but I mean people are good over here in North Carolina. I know that.
That's right, 100%.
You know, I mean it's like just everyone's raised right over here, and you know the people that, like I was at a gathering the other day, and you know there's over here, you know, you have Holly Springs and Apex, and those are kind of a little bit more, you know, white, you know, kind of middle class, higher class kind of people, and it's like, you know, they're like, they'll talk like they're this type of like upper echelon, like moral figure, just because they're going to go to UNC and get a, you know, human like American studies degree, and it's like, you know, you've never worked. You don't know what that supposed free degree is even encompassing.
Yeah.
You've never had to take out a loan and truly suffer the consequences of being in true debt and worked.
That's right.
And it's just firsthand, like the left Democrat platform is just, it's such a bleak, there's no opportunity for success, because if like the guy that founded BET, like he's not going to get any positive press in the liberal media, and he's a successful black man.
Yeah, you know, it's really weird how that works. It's like they want to push the whole victimhood thing, people that have had all kind of problems in their life, not those that are successful, not those that are going to push forward anything with, you know, positivity. It's all negativity. It's just really weird, man. But thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, take it easy. Thank you.
All right, now.
All
right. Shout out to the caller. Most certainly appreciate him. All right, let me get to my next call here. 708, you on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, this is William Palmer.
All righty, what's going on?
Yeah, this Anthony Brown Logan.
You speaking to him?
Yes, sir, Mr. Logan. I'm so glad I got a hold to you, man. I just wanted to give you a call and just give you some of the analysis and give you some of this knowledge that I got, and I'll pass it on to your people, your listening audience.
All right, go for it.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to speculate on the issue that's going on down at the border. I'm diverse in law, so I wanted to just get right down to it, and this way people get a clear understanding of what's happening and how our sovereignty is being infringed on. Now, you know, with Trump being in office, I am a Trump supporter. I voted for him. The job that Trump is doing exactly what a president is supposed to do, because the government is instituted to protect its people. And, you know, with that being said, also, you know, with the people that I'm speaking about is we the people, you know, so I'm not sure why people are so out of sync of what Trump's initiative and what Trump's job is, but instituted to start it off with that. Now, with the issue that's going on with the border, I wanted to just speak on the issue of how it affects not just Americans as a whole, but basically it's kind of almost like directed at African Americans. So let me just get to what the law says. So under the law, 26 USC 7701, 825, and 826 give you the authorization to do trade and business in the United States of America with your Social Security. Now, with that being said, if you're in a city like maybe Chicago or Los Angeles or something like that, one of these sanctuary cities, the people, the ones that's controlling the money, the ones that's the job creators, this is how it can affect society as a whole, and it can box out American people. One, if you the job creator, and if you have a surplus of workers and these people don't have a status, here's how they're able to gain the system. One, you don't have to pay into their Social Security retirement. Now, as we also know, the 13th Amendment was wrote for African Americans, and there's a clause in the 13th Amendment which is called involuntary servitude. So if you work someone and they don't have a status like me and you, and you work them for 20 years and they never were able to reap the benefits of their labor later, that's called involuntary servitude. So we also know that, with that being said, that the Democrats, they fought a war, they fought a revolutionary war because the North felt that blacks, Americans as a whole, had inalienable rights under what the Declaration of Independence said. That's the reason why blacks were able to prosper in the North and they were not able to prosper in the South. So when they fought the Revolutionary War and when Abraham Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, he also put a clause in the Emancipation Proclamation which is called the title of nobility, which if you go back how the country was founded, when George Washington fought at the Valley of Forge, the whole purpose of him fighting at the Valley of Forge is because he wanted to kick the British out. But as also, when you go to the title of nobility, if you know what the definition of it means someone that has an allegiance to a foreign power. So a lot of these de facto corporations, which is controlled by the Democrats, they are controlled, and all the laws are wrote by the Bar Association. So I just wanted to just clarify that so your listeners can kind of tune in on what's really going on too. But then too, let's go back to the involuntary servitude part, where if someone come here and if they don't have a status, how the person that's in control, the one that's controlling the jobs, the ones that's controlling the money, how they able to gain the system. So clause number 2 would be they won't have to pay into their Social Security retirement. Number 3, they don't have to pay them the federal minimum wage. And number 4, they don't have to pay them overtime. So disproportionately, what's happening in a lot of these de facto corporations that's controlled by the Democrats, this is a thorn that can be placed in the thorn of the African American side, the ones that's in the low skilled job market. So basically what happened is if they got a surplus of workers and they don't have to worry about, if they do something, malicious or something like that on the job site, they don't have to worry about nobody complaining. So the people that become affected in the low skilled job market, the people that don't go to college, will be African Americans, and it can be, Caucasians or whatever, depending on what their status is, from an educational standpoint, or what jobs is relatively available wherever they reside at. So I just wanted to just put that out there so your listeners, they can tune in to that also as well. And then 2, I know you're a resourceful guy, and then I know that this is real easy. You can do a Google search, and I'm not calling the station to slander Obama, but just to give clarity of what happened in the last 8 years when Obama was in office. 74,000 African American men were supposedly killed at the hands of another African American, but the simple solution to that would have been just basically having job training skills and just having a job available. Because when you got a gentleman and he have an idle mind, sometimes idle minds create undesirable circumstances. So that was one of the issues that I was able to research and I was able to look up. And then 2, when Obama was in office, 613,000 African American men were incarcerated as well. So if you put that into the mix with the birth rate, with the how many black women were having kids and stuff like that, our population became a little stagnated over the 8 years when Obama was in office. So I'm not trying to throw crazy theories out there, but but I just want to speculate and state this for the record. it seems it's almost like maybe like it's a war against us, and it seemed like the people that's coming across the border, it seemed like they're going to put them in place like maybe they don't have a use for us anymore in society, the ones that are the underachievers. So I just wanted to speculate and put that out there. And this whole situation, what's going on in Washington, I'm just kind of baffled on how and why that the Democratic Party is pushing so hard for a group of people that's come here to find our sovereignty, and they completely in cahoots with it, and they think it's okay when the people that send them to Washington, D.C. to represent them, they're not going there to represent them at all, because, they say without taxation, that's not representation. So if you're fighting for somebody to come across, one that has not paid or put nothing in the system, and you set it, you set in loopholes for them to defy the laws and defy sovereignty, I just think that's unfair. So I just wanted to put that out there too. But then I'll close on that, and if you like to speculate on it, if you like to give your opinion on what I just stated, I'm all ears, I'm listening.
Well, I don't have anything else to add, man. You pretty much nailed it right there. I mean, everything you're saying, I agree with. I think you're right on it. I think the main thing is about the illegals, how they're taking advantage of no minimum wage, no workers' rights. And then that class of people are easily exploited, and it leaves a lot of us that don't have necessary job skills to get beyond that in a bad situation. Then if we want to go where they are, we must be subject to that. We can't even really do it because we're citizens. It's just a really strange situation that we're in. So aside from that, man, you nailed it. And I thank you for the call.
Yeah, and I just want to put that out there. I just want to close on this ABL. Even the people that's Hispanic people that may be listening to your program, I mean, it's unfair, to exploit people and put people in those type of positions. And it's in the to close on it. That's symbolic. That's we fought, like I said, we fought a war. Before they implemented the 13th Amendment, and like I said earlier, that's involuntary servitude. So if the Democrats are still practicing something that was rolled into law over 200 years ago and trying to trying to pick the right word, trying to reinstate it secretly without people knowing it, I just think that's disingenuous. And I'll close on that.
Well, I thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Okay, then. Okay, I appreciate the ABL. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, great caller. I couldn't really add too much to what he was saying, man. He knocked it all out the park. Fantastic call. Hey, man, I'm telling you, this show, we got some very intelligent, very well-researched callers that call in, people that watch all that good stuff. So shout out to my man for the call. That was a great one. Most certainly appreciate it. I got time for one more, maybe. And super chats, hold on. Let me get to this call, and then I think that might be it. All right, Jordan, what's happening?
Hey, ABL, can you hear me good?
I hear you well.
All right. Hey, yeah, I'm late to the game, fortunately, but I'm here now. I'm in a new location temporarily too, so yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you've talked about this in the stream, but what did you think about that Disneyland fight?
Oh man, the whole thing was really embarrassing. First of all, it was difficult to watch. Just watching it. The main thing I took away from it was that the guys that were fighting did not know how to fight, because when they came to fighting each other, they want to do all this, dancing around, not trying to strike first. If you're doing all that, then you're not a fighter. You don't know how to fight, because once it's fight time, once the proverbial gunshot goes off and you're ready to start, I'm getting all up in your personal space. I'm trying to hurt you right away. I don't want to do all this dancing and all this and that. But they also did not have an issue with hitting the women, though. They didn't want to fight each other, but when it came to the women, they hit them right away. So
yep,
that's just people that are cowardly. They're weak. They're soft. And it's embarrassing because of how these men were acting. The whole family was involved. You got little kids. You had Big Mama fell out the chair. It was on the ground. I was like, man, this is crazy. Crazy. So, yeah, I was just really embarrassed by the whole situation, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't see how these dude could just bring this world star stuff from the hood to Disneyland, where all these kids are watching. And the little kid, one of the little kids had to be taken away by some woman from somewhere because he was crying. He was the dude with the red hair, the red shirt, and the
Girly
dreads.
hair. Yeah, the girly hair.
Yeah, he was ruining the whole thing for them. But yeah, it's embarrassing when he was saying like, "I'm ready to go to jail today, and I'm an underground crip and all that stuff." It's just embarrassing. I mean, you spend all that money to get admission to Disneyland and hotel rooms and all that stuff, and you act like this. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was dumb, but it was entertaining though. I will give it that. About Andrew Cuomo with equal pay bill, I don't understand that. I mean, it's already illegal to do that. It's not pay women or men the same amount for the same job. That's already illegal under the under various discrimination acts. And the fact that he's doing this is very odd. I don't see what he hopes to accomplish. I think it's all a ruse, like you said. And you've explained perfectly a perfect reason why that gap in the women's women's World Cup would exist because of the lack of people watching it. I mean, look at something like men's FIFA. I mean, they got an entire video game series that gets billions of dollars. I guarantee you, if you made like they all the women's soccer club, they have it as a free update for the video games, because I guarantee you, if they made a video game solely on the Women's World Cup, it wouldn't sell at all.
Yeah, nah. I mean, ain't nobody really cares about that. Not too much.
No, and I mean those goes for a bunch of other stuff like rugby, cricket. That type of stuff usually ends and doesn't make money, so people don't make all this merchandise or money based off of it.
That's
so
right.
I mean, it just seems like a joke. It's nothing more than a virtue signaling move by Andrew Cuomo, because it's so unnecessary. It's already admitted that equal pay would exist for the same job, because otherwise that would be discrimination unless there's some alternative factor. But I mean, the fact that he's doing this kind of shows that people are I don't know, it's just more virtue signaling. I hate it.
Right.
And as a last note, Bob Johnson saying talking about the left going too far, I kind of agree with that statement, because Bob Johnson more and more seems like a man more of sound in mind, and not only is he rich, but he's also pretty smart, and he's working with Trump. And the fact is that what was I going to say? I'll say this one last point before I go. It does seem like he and other people are aware that, I mean, all the Democrats really have to do is just be more like Bill Clinton or Obama to an extent. But apparently they just want to go down this socialist escapade, this charade, and you could have seen this in the debates, and it's turning off a lot of people. I think one of the people it turned off was Bob, because he isn't, like Dinesh D'Souza. He's not somebody to take a stance on the Democratic Party. He's not like the left or the real racists, but he knows that things are going downhill with the party that black people had claimed to be around for and support for so long. And he recognized this, and I think a lot of other people are recognizing this, and he's taking a new approach. So hopefully that is reflective more and more as the years progress.
100% correct, man. And I thank you for the call as always. Definitely appreciate you.
Not a problem. Have a good stream, ABL.
All right, now take care.
You too.
All right. Thank you to my man Jordan for the call. But that's a wrap for me. I got to go ahead and shut her on down. Thank y'all for being here. Definitely appreciate it. If you are just now coming into the stream or you're watching it on a repeat, please hit the like button if you've not done so already. Also, subscribe. If the subscribe button is red, make it gray for me. And there's a bell right there beside it, a little bell. Click that bell and make that active so you're able to get notified whenever I go live or post a brand new pre-recorded video. And also super chats. I got to read some of those right quick before we bounce on out. Shout out to Will Chase. Thank you for your donations. I appreciate it. Thank you to Jonestown Autopsy, who says, shout out to Foreman Mike down at the border wall. Yeah, shout out to Foreman Mike. Big up to him. I saw him when he was in the hospital. I think he was like dehydrated or something. But shout out to him. He also says HollywoodInsider.com is reporting that Maxine Waters will play Aunt Esther in Sanford and Son reboot. Hilarious. He also says, ABL, have you heard about the website where you can vote for the Democratic candidate with the nicest feet? this guy. All right, man, come on. You wearing me out. Who gets your vote? Gillibrand, Pocahontas, Tulsi? Nah, I don't even know what's going on, man. To me, they all got feet like gorillas. But anyway, thank you for your donation. Tsunami says, thought I'd leave on a high note. I identify as Michael Jackson. Pronouns are here, he. he probably. Thank you for that, man. Definitely appreciate it. Jonestown Autopsy says, Reuters is reporting that Michael Moore is suing Disney over Star Wars Jabba the Hutt likeness infringement. That is funny. Thank you for that. Will Redding says, George Washington, on my money, identifies as Ben Franklin. Terry Tough Nuts says, keep up the great work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Shout out to Jay Barrett, who says, look forward to your opinion and style. You seem to hit each topic right on the top. And he says that you do have conservatives in California. Well, thank you for your donation. I most certainly appreciate you. Snap Turtle says, ABL got mad support for you because you actually aren't afraid to hear dissenting voices. This is how we gain understanding. 100%. I invite everybody to call in. I don't care if you agree, disagree, or whatever. Let's call in and talk. And I think I am done with my super chats. And that should be it. Thank you to the moderators for doing what you guys do all the time. Michelle A., Bill from the Hills, Shreebs, Protocol, Ansel, Elijah Jean, T-Pain, of course, and everybody else that I have not been able to mention. Ansel, thank y'all for what you do all the time. Definitely appreciate you. I'll be back again live on Saturday, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys want to continue the conversation, please do so on Discord. Links for that will be in the description box below. And matter of fact, let me put them right here. Let me see if I can get it. All right. Links for Discord right here in the box. And if you don't know what Discord is, it is a free chat service. You're able to talk through mic the same way I'm talking right now to each other, and also through text, same exact way you're doing right here over in the chat. And I think that is all I got. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out, and peace.